I want to welcome everyone to the Crypto Kingdom. This is London. Guys, we did a late stream last night. Today we are going to start off with a pre-launch party, okay? We want to start off, with a pre-launch party. I hope you're all doing well. Now, we have some fantastic news. I'm going to go ahead and share that we have just some good news. It looks like we are going to go ahead and launch, okay? I'm just going to say it's been a little bit tenuous over the last couple of days. We haven't known the direction of kind of Bitcoin, what it was going to do. It looks as if we are going to complete an inverse head and shoulders, okay? I want to just bring that up. It looks like we're going to complete that, which is going to drive, guys, it's going to drive your Dogecoin, Bitcoin, VeChain, Ethereum, your BNB, everything in terms of all of your altcoins. It's going to push those to the upside. That's the idea, is that we would get some great action on Bitcoin, and then it's going to push your holdings, your altcoins, to the upside. Now, I just want to lay this out. We have, this is an inverse head and shoulders, which has been forming. And guys, we came up with this. I think we came up with this before it really started being talked about. If you guys from Dubai or wherever else are getting the technical analysis from our channel, we are excited that you're able to get the TA, the technical analysis from our channel. And yeah, I'm a former finance professional and former private hedge fund owner, so that's a pleasure for me to be able to bring that. In terms of the inverse head and shoulders, guys, this is it. This is on Bitcoin. This should drive all of your profits. We hope, guys, that it's going to drive your profits as we break the neckline here. It's going to drive your profits in Harmony One. It's going to drive your profits in Dogecoin. All of your altcoins, guys, this is kind of HQ central in terms of looking for information and kind of the impact technically with the accurate and timely delivery of kind of information. We call this a pre-launch party because we want you to know, in all likelihood, this is going to drive the price of your Dogecoin up, okay? In all likelihood, it's going to drive the price of your Harmony One up. The price of, guys, from your Ethereum to your, just name it, from hot to fetch to Litecoin, Matic. This should be something which is really going to drive, you already see XRP up about 15%, should really drive things to the upside and potentially, guys, stay focused, potentially set some new all-time highs. I'd like to say that because a lot of you are stuck in a zone. We would be a little precocious or a little bit hesitant to say new all-time highs, but that's what we're hoping, okay? In terms of Dogecoin, we'd like to see a move to the upside from around 31 cents, guys. Can we get back above that crucial kind of 45-cent barrier? Can we do that? I'll tell you, if Bitcoin can turn around with its inverse head and shoulders, this is a massive move, guys, to kind of reject the whole retracement idea. Now, we've drawn out the Fibonacci's. You guys know we're key on Fibonacci's, and to be able to conquer kind of this retracement idea and complete an inverse head and shoulders, this is a very bullish pattern, guys. If we can do that and thrust our way back up into, let's say the 60, in and around, guys, the 60,000, we can do the exact we can exactly look into it and calculate that up. But if and when this can occur, guys, you're looking at some phenomenal gains on your overall altcoin holdings, from your Dogecoin to your, especially from your Bitcoin, if you're going, particularly if you're going long or short, if you're dealing with options, but overall on all your altcoins, etc. Now, what we would do is we would measure, okay, the length of this, kind of the head, what they call the head. We would put this up here in and around this shoulder, and we would look at like 61,000, guys. We're pushing up. 64,000 is the high. Now, as this, what you need to look at is, as this is going to, accrue in value, say 15. If this were to go up 15%, guys, it would be massive. And now it looks like it is trying to break through that line right now. There may be a bit of a stutter step here as you guys analyze this and you look at it from a technical standpoint. We have highly technical guys. We have a very sophisticated kind of business crew that is kind of a subscriber. We appreciate all of you subscribing, turning on notifications. We can bring you accurate information and in line with kind of years of finance experience. I almost said expense. Everyone has financial expense, but I have a lot of experience as well in terms of having worked in kind of a stuffy suit and tie for a long time on some big financial concerns. So as we look at this is the inverse head and shoulders. We're expecting that to break up. It is looking like it's achieving a positive price action. We drew this out yesterday. We distributed it through our Twitter. Guys, it's the Kingdom. We are the Crypto Kingdom. Go ahead and sign up at the Kingdom. Type the Kingdom into the search box. You'll scroll all the way to the bottom and click on Go to the Kingdom. That's our Twitter, okay? We share things via Twitter. We also share things on our Discord. Our Discord link is there on top of our Twitter, and we'll see if, James Bond, our moderator right now, is going to pin that message right to the top of the chat below. You guys will be able to get involved in the Discord and communicate with us. We bring you pricing targets, guys, more so than any other group. We are focused. We are just dead level centered focused. We are determined to bring you good pricing targets, breakouts of patterns along this the initial waves of a pricing dynamic. And guys, We've seen this a lot lately. On Harmony One, for instance, a 20x on your money. We love the crowd. We love the community. Thank you guys for being a part of the channel here. We just have broken through, and I'll just go ahead and say, guys, we've broken through 5,000 subscribers. So that's 5,140 subscribers on the Crypto Kingdom on our channel. That's all thanks to you guys. We really want to just say thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of our heart. It means a lot that you guys would subscribe and turn on notifications. And I think a lot of you are making money, so that's a good thing when I read about you guys. And when you write me in Discord or otherwise, DM on Twitter, you're making money. So that's what we're doing. How do we do it? Well, we have kind of a strategy and a technique, kind of a group mindset, I'd say that, in terms of learning from each other, certainly, but we do have kind of a double or triple down approach, okay? In the red zone, essentially with this Fibonacci, guys, pre-calculated levels given to us, very easy, guys, given to us by the exchange software. This is TradingView. If you guys don't have the premium or the pro edition, don't worry, you can tune in and you can see my figures whenever you like. If you think anything is ever not drawn correctly, you let me know, and we'll see if we need to redraw. But we have been incredibly accurate, guys, down to the, kind of the nano, kind of nano portion of a cent, down to 0.0002 on a lot of these entries. So our idea and our goal and focus is, as you know, what we'll be doing is typically we will give you a pricing target. This is a pricing target, okay, right in here. We'll give you that as a pricing target, this level of the 618, for instance, on the golden pocket. Now it hit precisely there, the 20 cent mark, 2002, 20 and 2/10 cents. It hit that, and guys, you had a phenomenal run after that. We just have story after story after story literally lined up, just like out of the starting gate, just bam, 50% here, 50% there. It's been a very nice way to do kind of to grow this channel, guys. As we look at more than 5,000 subscribers, we know a lot of you have done very well, and a lot of you are also very busy. I know a lot of you are going to work, maybe have 5 or 10 minutes, so you want to check in. This is a pre-launch party, okay? This is something saying it looks like we are going into the positive here on Bitcoin, which is going to rally your altcoins. That's just the way, literally, that we see this. So I very rarely just jump on and kind of create an excitement or let you know that it looks like things are very exciting for your Dogecoin, for your Bitcoin, for your, any of your alts. There are a few that are kind of off. Let's say Matic and Mana, we looked at those last night. Those have both had incredible runs recently. Just want to bring up Phantom also has kind of beat the odds on that. And we're not real big into smaller altcoins, but we do focus on Dogecoin. We like Elon Musk, of course. We're big fans. Houston Rockets just said okay. And in terms of the Dallas Mavericks, we've got some additional kind of fundamentals coming in play on Dogecoin. So why not focus on kind of the coin that's beating all the odds, guys. And in line with that, we have a great community with Harmony One. So you guys are it. You're why we do this, and we appreciate all 5,000 of you. Thank you, guys. I know some have. We're a relatively new station. We don't focus on kind of the lights and the pizzazz and the big fancy. We don't have all the bells and whistles necessarily. We kind of more are fundamentally centered towards a strategy that will include you not being over involved at a higher level. That's our goal. We don't want you to be involved at a higher level. Don't buy high to sell low, guys. If you do that, you'll lose money. You'll wind up coming to us or our members in our Discord or our Twitter and saying, hey, I'm sorry, I bought in and we bought in 20 cents too high. We don't want that to happen. So we're constantly reminding you guys in terms of like what is the demand curve, okay? In terms of a market participation, what do you need to become a good market participant? You need to buy low to sell high. On these retracements, it gives you the opportunity to buy low. So we have different videos you guys can watch in terms of how to buy into crypto. It's important to decide what you like. It's important to say, yes, I like Dogecoin. Now we're looking at a pre-launch party and people who have acquired in and around these lower levels that we've been focusing on the last week, several weeks, both on Dogecoin, Harmony One, guys, on all the coins. We have been focused in detail and trying to really capture this lower level and really accumulate in here. And guys, the trades have already worked out to the tune of, I'd say, 50, 60, 70% within the last, 4 or 5 days, guys? Within the last 4 or 5 days, you guys have accumulated, have amassed, within the last, let's say, week. Within the last week, you have accumulated returns. Let's say, for instance, on Harmony One, you have accumulated 50% return. Okay, a 50% return. In terms of Dogecoin, within the last, let's look at this, within the last week, you've accumulated another 50% return, and on what we would say is probably a larger amount of cash, kind of a heavier investment principal amount there, just because, guys, it just makes sense. The lower the price, the more your demand is going to be. So a lot of people want to leverage themselves really highly or leverage themselves completely at a higher amount of money or let's say a higher price. They want to say, well, it's exciting, it's going up, let's put all of our money into this. That doesn't make sense, guys. It's a higher price. At a higher price, you don't have as much demand, and that's if you're a normal market participant. participant, okay? So we try and align you with normal economic kind of fundamentals that you'll learn in business school or you'll learn in business class or economics class. So that's the way we do kind of a heavyweight double or triple down in these zones, and that's not easy to see. And I always tell people, do your own calculations. Literally, come up with some kind of plan and do your own calculations. Share them with us if you can. I really like people to share their ideas with us, but this is the best kind of the best idea that we've been able to come up with that we have that is suited kind of our it's our best approach in terms of what can capitalize on the interest or what can solidify some sort of a guarantee factor that you have money on the lower levels, okay? Because we did the worst thing that we get into, guys, is people telling us, out here, London, I'm so sorry, we had an issue and I bought in, 50% too high. And like 50% too high, how did you do that? You didn't watch and guys, I have all types of people that tell me this. Well, I got into Bitcoin and I got in just, I paid way too much money. I'm like, no, you should have watched our channel. That's all we talk about all day long is making sure that you're not spending too much at essentially too high of a price. You have to guard that money, safeguard it for the bottom lower prices. That's how you make money in a market, guys. You buy low, you sell high. So that's what we've been doing. And say if it's a 100 and along, nothing in this top level. We always say nothing in this top level because the price on a demand curve, guys, the price is too expensive. So you're going to have, this is the Dogecoin chart, okay, in around the 40 cent to, let's say this level, and they're all calculated for us. All of these, this is a rocket. It's on standby, okay. That little picture there, but the levels are calculated for us. On the right hand side we see the 23.6. That's just a 23.6 retracement, okay, from the top, let's say at the start of the trend to the top, or 23.6% retracement, okay, in the value based upon the start, the initiation of the trend to the peak. And there's your retracement. 23.6% retracement is a predefined level, guys. It's given to us by the exchange software. The exchange software is known as TradingView. If you look at Binance, they're going to deliver you this trading software. We're going to use it to specifically calculate what they want us to calculate, which are retracement levels. So we give you these entries. I'll tell you one thing. We're very accurate in terms of how we draw our Fibonacci's. We kind of know when to step them up, when to become more aggressive on something. We know kind of when to level out and when it makes sense to draw back in time strategically. Okay, that's just a strategic kind of call that we make in terms of leveling out, eliminating prior, I'd say, noise from a previous channel, or escalating things if we have a change in slope of the most recent price activity. So that is what we're involved in addition to giving the pricing targets. That is not to be generically vague about that. That's what we're involved in. Is this? And let's resurface and let's really cover the residual of that. We're involved in providing some sort of ideology in terms of the 100. If it's the top level, this is just like a 1x, a 2x. This double and triple down approach. If you have 100, the next tier it's going to be about 200. Let's double that down. Then we're going to start tripling down. We want some sort of a multiplier effect or some sort of an exponential effect. A lot of times you'll hear an exponential moving average, okay? That's kind of built into the whole dynamic, okay? And this investment strategy, we have kind of purviewed the entire field. We have looked at the whole field. Some of the most, I'd say, successful investors, guys. Most of the successful investors that we have been able to put a real, not a collar on, but we've been able to really look at what's your strategy? What can we get from you? What can we gain from you? Those guys are saying, literally to the top dogs, they're saying we are prepared at different lower levels to double and triple down. So that is really phenomenal that we're able to get this from them, this approach that at the lower levels we're able to double or triple down. So at 100 becomes 200. Let's triple that down to 600, and around we hit this mark here. So in and around this mark, when we hit the golden pocket, we're doing very well. And I'll drop this back down to here where it was. But we're looking at a heavier amount of cash in here at the bottom levels. Now, what did that achieve for you? Well, those of you who hit the golden pocket, you had saved cash, the residual, a larger amount of cash. And so the strategy proved very true and very, very profitable for you guys. You had reserved, and guys, this is the strategy, guys. I didn't invent the strategy. If you don't like it, let's hear your own strategy. I'd love to hear it if it has been producing the types of returns and gains that ours has. A lot of our subscribers have literally just been telling me, yes, we got in at a better price. We have people that are hunting for good prices, and that is phenomenal. You'll notice that the market maker is making his way down. The guy who is in charge of the purchase and sell orders, okay, the buy and sell orders, he is going to come down and pick up those sell orders. It's part of the function, guys, of a retracement, is that he's going to get to that level. Typically, this is the golden ratio here, the 61.8 to the 65%. If we're to tuck that in right there, 61.8 to the 65. Guys, that's the golden ratio. That's just, we deal on Fibonacci's. these are structured kind of sequences, structured default levels that have to deal with kind of basic numerical pricing principles, okay? It's a very structured level, and guys, it's just included in the software, so we're able to read that and technically deliver it to you in a very, a phenomenally accurate manner. So always be careful if you're on lines, if you're dealing with lines, or if you're dealing, some people want to draw on lines, some people want to draw on candles. We kind of have an approach when to draw on which one based upon essentially the action that's going on, whether or not we're in kind of a day trading mode, or if we're in kind of a long-term, let's say a long-term kind of consolidation or an accumulation, let's say an accumulation mode. That will dictate how we want to focus and what we want to, how we want to apply our different Fibonacci's. And different Fibonacci's, by that I mean you may be in a completely different time frame here. You may choose the 2-hour versus the 4-hour. Please be very secure in the fact, or aware of the fact, that if you change, let's say if you go to the 4-hour, okay, you may, between the 4-hour and the 1 hour, if you look at your Fibonacci's, the difference between the 4-hour and the 1 hour, guys, look, when you switch to the 1 hour, be aware, okay? Now, you'll still have calculated out here to the right. This is very crucial, guys, very crucial. Please pay attention. You'll still have, as you switch to the 1 hour from the 4-hour time frame, on the right-hand side, you'll still have the calculations. But look what happens when you make that switch, okay? The chart was perfect. The Fibonacci was perfectly drawn when we were on the 4-hour. I'm gonna repeat this so you can see, yes, it is right in line with this peak, okay? Right in line with the peak on the 4-hour. And let's say at the 4 hours, when we look at this, we see that 23.6% retracement is at 33.63. Let's switch to the 1 hour, from the 4-hour to the 1 hour. Look what happens, guys. Look what happens. Well, now on the line chart, you'll notice, look, guys, we're off, all right? That is a key, huge, crucial indicator that I just want you guys to be careful when you're doing your own Fibonacci's. When you're drawing these, just be careful when you're drawing these. It's very crucial for us to see that we're able to do that. And now we're at 33.63 on that first level, okay? Now, if we raise that up here, we're at about the 34, okay? So we're coming up a little bit different, with a little bit of a difference depending upon which time frame we're in. Guys, this is just crucial information. So the accuracy and detail is, it counts for a lot when we're looking at this. So I really like to be careful in terms of the use of this software. There's a lot of training that can go on, and we do have alpha traders, okay? We have some people that are literally trading, and alpha is just the percentage by which you're able to beat the market, okay? That's the percentage by which you're able to beat the market. That's called alpha. So people have studied technical analysis. I'm not sure which ones that they know about alpha, but I do know the kind of the big guys on the street personally, okay? I personally know them. I've interacted with them personally. That's the lingo. That's what's focused on is alpha. We have to achieve alpha over the market, okay? That's the gains that you will achieve over and above the market, okay? So those are kind of the details in terms of drawing out your Fibonacci's. Guys, we have chat rooms. You can ask me questions in the Discord. That link, again, is going to be here on Twitter. Go ahead and type in. It's very easy. Type in the Kingdom, okay, in the search box, THEKINGDOM. Go and scroll to the very bottom. It's got to be a unique way to find us. Click Go to the Kingdom. That's us, guys. And this is us with kind of the spaceman with the laser eyes holding the moon. That is very good in terms of the artwork. We appreciate you guys doing that. The Golden Bull here, we have Harmony One, we have Dogecoin and Bitcoin. Not financial advice. We do have the Discord, okay? You also see professional financial analyst and former U.S. presidential advisor. That would be me, okay? Prior hedge fund expertise as well, private hedge fund ownership. So that's just us, and we have a great group. We're able to distribute charts, and if you look up here in this section, guys, these are just charts with pricing targets with different ideas on them in terms of what things are trying to be presented. We called out these inverse head and shoulders. We called that out yesterday. And looks like that's taking form, guys. It's taking form beautifully. Now, I want you just to realize, as we're looking towards a big ramp up, this is the pre-launch party, guys, a big ramp up potentially in your holdings of Dogecoin, of Harmony One, of all of your, I mean, we spent a lot of time last night going through and collecting a lot of these different altcoins, guys. It was a very good routine there that we went through. As we look at this, in terms of the projected price, you want to know, well, if this is going to go up 15%, we might expect a kind of a multiplicity of that on Dogecoin. We might expect like much more than just, let's say, 15%, if not a multiplicity, maybe a 40 to 50% gain. We may expect, it would be so great to get this price action up into a new high. So that's what I'm going to say. It would just be phenomenal to see this as it's fought to get up past that 45 level. It kind of stalled out. We came up with a pricing target here. We came up with a pricing target here. We also came up with in here, guys, and people made about 60% on their trade. So that was phenomenal. Also, we entered in here. It's been a nice time to trade. So people people accumulated in here, part of the strategy, and then there was a gain made here. We may see a little bit more of a retracement, or this just may be a time that people are getting excited and more money is just going to cave in, I'm going to say, to Dogecoin and to your other investments, to Harmony One, to kind of the great coins. Now, Harmony One is the long-lost brother of Dogecoin. You guys don't know that, but both were kind of shut down by the exchanges. Like Harmony One was shut down by Binance, and Dogecoin was shut down by bridled, unfortunately, by what was that, Robinhood. So yeah, they kind of have the similar story, and it's because they're phenomenally successful. 20x your money on Harmony One. Dogecoin about up 4 times within the last kind of little segment of a few weeks here. So this is positive price action. We'd like to see this bust through and get up to our target in and around the 54 cents. And you guys just remember, when that 54 cents comes into play, we want to kind of remind ourselves that, yep, okay, that's been up there for a while. I believe we can do it, and this is our opportunity, guys, to potentially break out of this zone. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and state that. If Bitcoin can go through the roof here, if it can literally complete this inverse head and shoulders, and you're potentially, I'm going to say the challenge is you guys want a real, it's like, okay, we're kind of excited about this. Let's look at the realistic viewpoint here. Perfect. Let's look at that. Now, as we want to get into a polyline, that's underneath your text box here. Where do we get to? Polyline. I want to say, where are we at? Polyline, there you go. It's on the brush there, okay? What I want to repeat right here is just kind of the symmetrical pattern that Bitcoin seems to be kind of completing here, okay? I want to get to this here, and I want to bring this over to the other side to let you guys kind of know in terms of a timing interval and kind of a just kind of a rough estimate of what could go on before we decide to launch upwards, okay? Because this is a pre-launch party. I want to give you the specifics of what may be involved. That's where we're at, guys. That's where we kind of may be going for a minute. And in terms of how long that duration is, we do kind of as we extrapolate or we extract that data from the previous set here. That previous data was a sideways consolidation for about 4 days, guys, for about 4 days and 6 hours. So as you impute that to your current plans, your current accumulation plans, I'm going to just say that you're looking at potentially, guys, potentially kind of a sideways consolidation about 4 days, and I'm going to say up until about, let's see, it looks like May 4th, okay? So potentially a little while here, four days from the point in time of today. We could count it from there. It's not going to be immediate is what I'm going to say. We're looking at potentially, potentially an issue where we have a few days. If it wants to ramp up before then, that would be great. It is breaking through this neckline. It's going to be positive. It's still going to need to achieve that positive price trajectory and kind of prove to us that it's not part of a standardized, and this is just Bitcoin, guys. It leads the market. When people make money in Bitcoin, okay, they're willing to kind of invest in the altcoins. It's the overall market sentiment which carries over. Now, the one thing that's beat that, I'll say this, Dogecoin has beat that, guys. It has been the outlier, as has been Harmony One. Excuse me. A few different times. Harmony One has been the outlier. A few different times, more than a few times, Dogecoin has literally proven itself to almost be, we talk about it being kind of the world's reserve currency, etc. It has proven to be kind of the hedge against the down market. You guys know that. We've looked at the screen over the past several weeks, and we've just seen Doge in a huge, phenomenal kind of, profit category of 30, 40%, while everything has tanked. So it has been kind of the go-to financial instrument in terms of the hedge, where people want to say, I don't want to put my money in fiat. I don't want to put it in dollars. No, everything in the market's down. I want to go into Doge. It's been that fallback kind of that grace, that little what do you want to call it? Just what do you call that? A safe haven. That's what I'm looking for. It has become that safe haven amidst the downward market in the overall Bitcoin and the altcoin sector. So that is a great reputation for it to have. We would expect that to continue, and with this positive kind of trajectory, would also expect your Dogecoin and your Harmony One, all your altcoins, to do very well, guys. To do very well in two circumstances. First of all, we would expect it to do very well and to perform well amidst the consolidation that we anticipate over the next several days here, okay? Over the next several days, this next 4 days, as we work on into the weekend, we would hope that we achieve that consolidation, and it's a phenomenal level of kind of consolidation here on Bitcoin, and that translates into a nice price action in Dogecoin, in your other altcoins. So we would expect Dogecoin to do well amidst that consolidation, okay? That's very, very important. And we also expect it to do even better, I'm going to say, probably even better once and if Dogecoin, or once and if Bitcoin is able to break out. So this is kind of if we're looking at two scenarios, I want to draw this out here just so you know what I'm talking about. This would be scenario one, Okay, that's just that would be the consolidation that we're expecting at that level. And I'll draw this real big. Okay, that's the consolidation of Bitcoin sideways, guys. It drives the whole market, so we have to talk about it. The second kind of circumstance would be the number 2. Okay, that would be the breakout to the upside. So this consolidation, then the breakout. We would expect Dogecoin, for instance, to do very well. Okay, we would expect potentially during that consolidation for us to achieve an additional positive price dynamic, and that may be let's do 1. Okay, that would be 1 and around to this level. Now, what we're hoping is that we can achieve something aligned with a new high price, a higher price dynamic, and hopefully we can establish this as the number 2 up in this zone. Now, this would be all the right cards from the dealer, right? We're sitting at the table. This would be all the right cards from the dealer. It just looks like it's a good hand that we're being dealt. We can only deal with the hand that we're dealt. We can only kind of play that hand, but it looks like after this retracement entered along from the highs of 45 down on through, the 61% golden pocket, it's been phenomenally stable, guys. It just has looked really good in terms of kind of the price action that it presents to us. So we're very, very excited about that. Again, here on this, after this pricing event, which we were very actively involved in terms of the accumulation, you guys can watch the old videos. We believe on doubling and tripling down as this decides to retrace and picking up additional coins at a lower price. That's just what we do, okay? Then as it goes up in price, some people may unload, may take a little bit of profit, okay? That's fine. No one went broke taking profit, okay? We're very big into derivative analysis. What's the probability going to tell us in terms of where's the maximized point for us to actually take the profits on the trade? We have a very sophisticated crew that you guys are great. Now you're VPs, you're all kinds of like important business guys, and I'm just humbled to be able to have you guys in our subscription crew. I'm going to go ahead and bring up you 5,000 people who have subscribed. That's a lot. I'm very happy to hear that, and we just have we're not all concerned about the numbers. We're concerned about the quality. And those of you who are tuning in for 5 to 10 minutes, you're on your way to work, whatever it is, I just wanted to have a pre-launch party, okay? A pre-launch party to just let you know that, yeah, things are looking good, okay? And now, I'm not talking about, it looks so good, we're just going to invest everything. That's never the idea, guys. And in terms of financial advice, I put up little comment bars in terms of whether or not this is, so I invite you to see the screen, is not. I don't want to lead you into an investment. Make your own decisions, but at the same time, I have to tell you when it looks good, and that'll be on there, a little qualifier, but I have to tell you when things look good. If I don't tell you when things look good, then what good is it? The risk of this, and you guys determine your own risk, of course, but the risk of this is that we have kind of a fake out by Bitcoin. Now, we had a kind of a fake out down at this level, and I will state that. We had a fake out. We kind of called that. We were the one channel, literally, that while everyone was talking about a huge permanent break to the downside here, based upon some triangulation, guys, we were the group on YouTube, period, that was saying, no, I don't believe this. I don't think that's a breakdown to another level. You guys can watch the tape, but as sure as I am talking to you right now, and you want this to be a positive story for Dogecoin and Harmony One and all your other coins, now we said it is just as likely for it to go into a sideways pattern here and to establish a channel. That is exactly what happened and exactly how we called it. And a lot of people say we exactly did this, or hey guys, this was down to the T in terms of the entirety of the market going one direction. This channel and me right here telling you, no, I'm going to tell you guys, this looks like just a sideways channel, while the whole of the market we're taking shorts and extremely risky positions to say, well, we think it's broken out of the channel and it's going to go on down to the next level of the Fibonacci. No. That is not something we agreed with. And sure enough, it worked out exactly precisely. I like to use the word precision, like a precision, like a laser-guided missile, something like that. That's what we want to do in terms of target striking. That's what we want to do. We do have striking targets. We want them to be precise, down to the coordinates, guys, down to the little last coordinates. So as we look at that, that is exactly a call that we were able to get. And you guys that are watching and a part of the community, you know that. So that's exciting, guys. We're getting these things right, So that's where I'm at now in terms of presenting the risk to you. We don't want to buck the entire trend. That's one of the things in technical analysis you learn. Don't buck the trend, right? So right now the trend seems to be completing a little, just a beautiful little, just kind of a minuet, a small little feature in terms of the micro channels here. It seems to be completing back up into here, just perfectly symmetrical, guys. Just perfectly symmetrical. There's a little bit of a fall off here. It started the shoulder just a little bit early as we look at this, and I think you guys can appreciate this just in terms of technical analysis, what you're looking at. We can apply this to Dogecoin. We can see the kind of the similar action or the pricing conduct here and how it's driving the market, okay? We see this in here, we have kind of a consolidation, then we have on the upside here, okay? So it's not that we've completed a head and shoulders on Dogecoin, but it is driving the price positively as Bitcoin drives back positively. So if it can continue, if Bitcoin can continue to drive positively, we would expect more positive price action on Dogecoin to an exponential level. That's why you guys are involved. I would assume in terms of also liking the community, but that's one reason that you're involved in altcoins, because you want to achieve greater than just, say, a large investment instrument. Store of value may be interesting to you. You guys are interested in the investments. So that is exciting in terms of where we're at, and it's just very agreeable that we would wake up and we would see some really great news in terms of actually entering back into what we have called out a reverse head and shoulders. And guys, we call that out on our Twitter. It looks like we have a notification, you guys. Let's see if we have anyone to welcome. Yeah, we do. PW214, what's going on? Maybe you're from Dallas, Texas. If you are, how about those Mavericks and the Houston Rockets? Wouldn't that be great if we had some football teams that started to say they wanted to accept Dogecoin? Maybe they can work on that. We have two Texas teams right now. Elon Musk is in Texas. I'm in Texas, and guys, it's a different kind of mentality here. We may not all connect with that over the internet, but guys, it's a great kind of pro crypto kind of thing going on here in Texas. So today is kind of the pre-launch party. It's that is the indication that we're getting, is that Dogecoin's going to do well. That's what I'm going to say. It looks like Dogecoin's going to do very well. Now, could there be a retracement? Yes. We're always prepared with our heavier amounts of money at lower levels, okay? I always say that, okay, because the reserve cash that I have is always available at lower levels. And I'm talking about reserve cash to become involved at lower levels. This chart will behave. Come here. There we go. This reserve cash is available at lower levels for me. If I need to involve it, I do involve it. But I get to kind of play around at, let me kind of move this over. Just the generalized structure. Let's get rid of this Fibonacci. It's a little bit fancy for all the time, but we do use them a lot. They give us our pricing targets, okay? And we're very, very solid about those. As the price were to go down into this, for instance, this reaccumulation scheduled level here, we have kind of zones of investment. That's just what I have. I'm going to tell you what I have and what a lot of the guys are using. And we're looking for, if you have a better strategy, please let us know. But as the price goes down, we involve more money. We think that's kind of in line with the demand curve, guys. Like a demand curve would say that at higher prices or extreme prices, you have no demand. As the price drops, yes, you have more demand. So we try and structure our thinking in terms of how to invest to make sure we don't get caught up top. That's just always the way that we look at things. That is always the way we look at things. I want to just go ahead and bring up, what can we say here? The FTM Phantom, guys, we looked at it last night. It's beating the odds. It's up 30%. XRP, Ripple is doing well this morning. It's back up. It's $1.60. Guys, we brought you this on the channel at 80 cents, okay? At 80 cents, we did kind of an emergency news update, an emergency kind of update, asset update at 80 cents, guys, in and around this yellow line. So those of you who followed that and got into that and did a good job, I just say you did a great job, guys. That was a call here at 80 cents. It looks like you may be up to new heights very soon if Bitcoin can achieve. You're up 15% today, and on the whole, you're doing phenomenally well. So that is phenomenal. That is something that we'd like to see. You've more than doubled your money at the price right now, guys. You've doubled your money. That's a 2x. A 2x from the time that we brought you that, and that was when no one was talking about that. So that's the type of information you're receiving here, which is essentially great technical analysis, along with some just phenomenal calls on some different new investments. We look back to 2018. We look and we reference prior historical action. We try and incorporate that into the current pricing dynamic. So Bitcoin, let's go back into Dogecoin and make sure we have that. If you guys have specific, any kind of specific any kind of specific coins that you'd like to discuss. Last night we went through a lot of them in detail. Right now I just wanted to talk about the fact that for certain we are going to what we believe have a very, very positive kind of viewpoint as we consolidate again in Bitcoin. As we go through this consolidation, this right hand shoulder of the inverse head and shoulders, I would think that we're going to be able to really complete something positively here in terms of what's going to happen on your Dogecoin. And it will take a little bit of maybe some expertise or some input from some of the other individuals, maybe Elon Musk and crew. They're going to have to not want to see the price degrade, and we're going to have to get through that. We're going to have to see what will occur. We had this kind of send-off sideways. I'd say this, on the last pricing, we had kind of a send-off sideways, a little bit of kind of a marked retracement, and then kind of another send-off sideways. So if we were to kind of repeat that, some of you are looking at, well, what's a good price to get in? You may try and want to wait you may want to try and wait for a more significant retracement. That's going to be up to you guys. If you want to follow kind of on the micro and say, yeah, you understand kind of the leveled approach and kind of the the retracement tool is there for a reason, guys. This retracement tool, the fib retracement, is there for a reason. So when you draw this up, guys, when you draw this up like this, it's no surprise when you start at the bottom of the trend and you go to the top of the price action. It is zero surprise, not at all, that it is literally retraced just in line with this 38.2. It's just not a surprise, guys. That's exactly what we would expect, okay? Let's go to the 1 hour on this since we're dealing with a smaller time frame. Some people say, well, which time frame do you want to use? Well, we're going to use a smaller time frame if we're looking more into the detailed the detailed components of, say, an individual pricing action or frequency. That's just what we want to do, is use a smaller time frame. As it becomes even smaller, we may actually want to go to like the 30 minutes. Now, the advanced and the pro editions of your TradingView has I think by the second literally live updated feeds. So I think if we choose second. Okay, by the second, we're literally looking at the price action by the second. Okay, so that's how it looks at by the second. I'm not sure if you guys have focused on that much. If we look at the 30-second, okay, this is the 30-second price action of Dogecoin. All right, so you can literally sit here and watch this thing build, guys. This is how detailed you can get. And people, you want to know how do people really trade these things? Well, believe it or not, you've got different levels. It's just kind of, you run into the same scenario. If we were to look at this kind of real micro level here and a retracement, would you actually do a retracement on this? I don't know. This is getting pretty severe. Some people could. You could try and do like small retracements with a theory, an underlying theory here. There's different kind of, I'd say micro, flash trades. I call them flash trades. And some people do these with very, very heavy amounts of money. That's not something I would ever encourage, but I do want to let you know that this, by the 30 seconds, by I mean, guys, it gets very detailed. A lot of sweat and pressure goes into things like this, but this is how you can see the pricing action of Dogecoin develop. Now, what do you see? You see consistent, peaks and valleys, like peaks and troughs. Okay, you see these apexes and these troughs, and as we go down into this, like this 30 seconds, this real well-defined intervals here, guys. This is why we like to buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. Okay, and you can see as we look into these more minute, or these more focused, kind of got the microscope out into the 30 seconds, guys. Every 30 seconds this is generating new data for us. It's actually live, but it's actually marking, holding, and moving forward every 30 seconds. This is exactly why we like to buy low and sell high. So this is very much a detailed look at the market. This is not something you'll find everywhere. If you guys have the pro or the premium editions of TradingView, I just encourage you to kind of explore them, look around and see what can you learn from the pro and from the pro view. If we back out from the 30 seconds, we can look at the minute. Now that's just going to give us more data. Kind of, we continue to kind of scroll back into. We continue to kind of learn from these different levels of of pricing kind of action here. So we do scroll back into what gets reasonable about 30 minutes, something we can kind of look at and kind of understand. You need to adjust this on the right, guys. That's kind of your scale, your pricing scale. And yeah, that's just we get into this again. Let's kind of delve back into the current retracement that's going on from the recent kind of reestablished micro trend here, which is from the low to the high price level. That gives us our levels of retracement wherein we can expect it to kind of take off from here. So we would also anticipate kind of a recreation of the previous pricing interval. Okay, if we can go to a few different things. We can go to the fib time zone. That's one way to kind of look at things. If we wanted to go to the fib time zone, we could go to something like that, and we could hope to, let's say, just hope to achieve something along the lines of that. Okay, that's going to about equally or equate a different interval at which we would expect something to kind of occur. Okay, and I'll draw this exactly so that we can really measure this out. And I'll say it may be beat by the market, but we're entering into something. This is a pre-launch party. I want you guys to know that we may be entering into a time interval here with this consolidation zone in Bitcoin. So the consolidation zone in Bitcoin, if it's going to match up and kind of be symmetrical for us and form a really beautiful head and shoulders, we're going to bring that over. And if we do the the layover diagnostics in terms of the frequency interval, we're going to be just asking that question in terms of how much more time do we need on Dogecoin to experience a positive price action? So in the meantime, it may consolidate sideways, or it may go down and give us a better opportunity to get in at a lower price. So that'll structure your thinking on that, and you'll want to pay attention to those factors very well. So let's just look at that in terms of the frequency and the way that we have this setup. These are what are these? Fibonacci timing sequences, okay? These Fibonacci timing sequences are just very, very important, guys. They're just, what they're going to do is they're going to schedule up the timing intervals for you to where you don't have to worry about any kind of, I'd say, computations on the ruler, etc. You're just going to have a clearly laid out time zone, or a time frequency, a Fibonacci kind of a time test you could put this through. If this is the original frequency, you can just double that here if we're expecting that same period of frequency here. If, again, this is kind of a reset that you can expect some positive price action on, which we believe it can be. So we would expect by this time frame within the next, let's pull this out. This should be within maybe 2 days, 8 hours. Now, something I think just may occur during the weekend. It's Friday, right? We're entering into the weekend, so that would put something. Typically, I'd say Bitcoin isn't a huge fan of the weekends. You guys know that, but we just see some positive price action here potentially, but particularly for Dogecoin, as it has performed well and it's starting to rebound, and we just want to see that continual leg up. That's what we're going to kind of root for and push for here at the Crypto Kingdom. We believe that is possible. So, any other questions you guys have about different altcoins or any other kind of accumulation strategies, that's great. If you'd like to just throw those into our Twitter or into our what do we have here? Into our Discord, guys. The Discord's a great place to hang out. Just sign up. We have, you're welcome. It's free of charge to join. We have great communities like Doge Traders. We have great communities like Harmony One. We have Bitcoin. We have all types of things, and it's just a very professional environment for you guys to spend some time. And it's just it's well regarded by the people who are in there. So we did a big stream last night. I just wanted to kick off kind of your weekend for those of you who were able to tune in just for a bit, and to let you know that it looks like we're going to have kind of a pre-launch party. I would expect. I brought this rocket ship out last night, and we've been pretty accurate, guys. We've been very accurate with things, and unless there's some sort of cataclysmic Hiroshima event, we're pulling off exactly what needs to be pulled off in terms of recreating this right hand shoulder. How aggressive will it be? How soon? That's all that we're looking for, really. And within this defined channel, as Bitcoin decides to oscillate up and down, as it kind of goes in this consolidation, and guys, a consolidation is just very much like a sine curve. Okay, if we look at that, a consolidation is very much kind of like a sine curve that you would want to, let's say, a sine line, a sine or cosine. It's kind of mathematical. We don't need to get into that, but that's essentially what you're recreating in this area. Okay, you're creating just kind of a trough of the trough and the peak, kind of the trough and the peak, the repetitive kind of the periodic frequency that the price is going to go through within an established time frame. So we would expect that to kind of assimilate over here and to prove its purpose in terms of forming that right shoulder. And we would expect if that technical chart and that formation is completed, that yes, if and when we can finally break through that, and complete anything to the upside, let's say to the upside of this channel, in excess of the channel, then we would really see a huge positive breakout in and around to this previous, I'd just say in and around to this previous level here. Okay, so we're looking at around the 61.5, something like that. That puts us within striking zone of a new all-time high. I would anticipate also that your Dogecoin, your Harmony One, all your other altcoins, guys, that they would also experience a push to new highs potentially. So, and again, your specific investments, okay, your altcoins, this is very important for you guys that are tuned in right now. Your altcoins I'd say they should outperform Bitcoin. So as Bitcoin is looking towards performing new highs, or as it is actually accomplishing a new high, just be aware of the fact that you may be drastically outperforming Bitcoin. So this is the exciting part of the pre-launch party for those of you who are tuned in right now, or those of you who will watch this. A lot of people watch this after the fact. We have a lot of people that work full-time. They're busy during the day, but I wanted to get this out there if you guys have time during lunch or during your, right as you're getting off work, maybe in the car or something, just to understand that you should outperform. That's the whole idea of an altcoin, guys. You should be able to outperform. You should be able to outperform the kind of the massive mammoth, which is Bitcoin. You should be able to do that. So as you look at the new highs here, we would anticipate, and hope that Dogecoin is going to be able to ramp up ahead of that, and strongly ahead of that. And it looks like you guys are doing well in some different avenues. I'm going to bring up again XRP. Looks like it's really heading up and doing well. And a lot of them, guys, we covered most of these last night. They were off a bit last night. A lot of them were recovering from VeChain to Harmony One. Harmony One's up 10%, guys. Let's take a look at Harmony One again here. It's just in that same same kind of a recovery pattern since that beautiful touchdown into the golden pocket, guys. And that was just a heck of a play. Okay, 40-50%. That's just on the line chart, but you're I just want to say you guys are destined kind of for a new high, hopefully in Harmony 1 as well. Everyone's hoping for that and hoping that you can break ground and get through to something more positive. You've been kind of, stifled by this lengthy retracement syndrome that things just typically go through. That's just the way that pricing action occurs. This has not been a fun time for a lot of people, but you do see the long-term potential of it, and a lot of you have been trading out at the higher levels and back in at lower levels of predefined kind of structured, I'd say the structured Fibonacci levels. And these are all targets that we've come up with along the way, guys. You've been doing an excellent job trading, and we're just excited to learn what you guys are going to do in the future. So let's go back, just bring up the Dogecoin chart here. If you guys hit a thumbs up or a like if you're new and you haven't been here and new to this station right now, or at least to this stream, and you haven't been here since the beginning, that will allow me to know what has been covered and what hasn't been covered if I need to repeat any kind of crucial information from the very beginning. We've labeled this as the launch party, the pre-launch party, for Dogecoin and for Harmony 1 and for your altcoins and for Bitcoin, because we believe that head and shoulders, it looks just very strong in terms of the overall market leader wanting to complete this head and shoulders. You see we have defined here the right shoulder, the head, and the left shoulder. An inverse head and shoulders is a bullish pattern. We would expect that to cruise to the upside, okay? We would expect that to achieve the positivity to the upside in terms of a price, an appreciation in the price. So recently its high was about 64. Now along this build up here, guys, just understand in between while it was setting new highs and it was shuffling up to make, what was it? And this will be great for you guys who hold Doge and Harmony, etc. As it was trying to make 15%, guys, I mean, what was happening? Dogecoin went up 400%. Right? Some other coins achieved some really great things, but particularly Doge has really outperformed the market. The pricing behavior has been phenomenal. It's recovering very quickly in the cycle of, I just say this, guys, we have to look at this. Harmony 1 went through the same kind of retracement. This took, how long did this take? Unfortunately, this took a period of a month, guys. It took a month to hit that golden pocket, essentially, right? How long did it take Dogecoin to hit it? Well, it took Dogecoin 2 days, guys. It took Dogecoin 2 days to hit the golden pocket. On Harmony 1, it took a month to hit the golden pocket. So yeah, we're focused on Dogecoin. It is a part of the interest in this, and it's not the sole interest of the channel. But guys, if it's going to provide that kind of pricing action, we're still, there's no question we've been involved with Harmony 1 as well. And so we started as a Harmony 1 channel. Back before then, we started, heavily involved with Dogecoin and kind of the early levels. But that's the nature of, as we look at and compare, we do some comparatives on things like this in Dogecoin. How long did it take to get down to this level? Well, it took 2 days, guys, to get from the high down to the golden pocket. All right, 2 days, we can wait 2 days, that's fine. And as you look at Harmony 1, it's a nice story because it provides a lot of stability. If it went back 60%, it did that in a calm kind of manner over a period of like 30 days. That's a nice, calm kind of approach to retracing 60%. That's what Harmony 1 did over a period of, it's not as drastic, I'll say that, in terms of Dogecoin, it's very drastic. It took 2 days. In 2 days, it went down to your golden pocket, right? You lost 61.8%. of the value of this pricing trend in 2 days. That's pretty severe. If you're just holding on to that and you saw 61% of that positive price action disappear in your account, that's a lot, guys. So we are into trading. We're into maximizing our gains and minimizing our losses. As the price retraces, we are very much on the sidelines. That's the strategy. That's what we want to. Kind of push that kind of ideology that we don't want to just sit there while things erode in our account necessarily. So that's kind of the whole idea of an alpha trader. We want to capitalize on it. We want to gain in excess of whatever the market does gain. We want to make money while it's going up and make money while it's going down. It's very difficult to be able to do that. People who can find ways to make money on the way up and on the way down, yeah, that's kind of like the market, the made man in the market. That's what we want to try and accomplish. We have been able to, with our strategy, guys, to lay that in at a very decent kind of level of involvement. We think that makes sense, a lot of sense, and it's the same strategy that's used. It's communicated, I'll say, it is communicated by some of the heaviest traders on the streets, internationally, et cetera, that are also involved in crypto. Some of the heaviest guys are communicating this heavy, this double and triple down approach, guys. So as they communicate that to the public, we reinforce their communications. That was what we're doing, is we just say, this is kind of what's been brought up in public, this is what we're doing. We agree with the approach, and that's just it. It's not our strategy that we're pushing per se. It's just something that it's in line with the technical indicators, that being the Fibonacci numbers and the tiered kind of approaches towards the retracement. So we appreciate being able to do that and bring you that information. We appreciate being able to bring you, for instance, the pricing target right here at the Fibonacci. We at the Golden Pocket, we very much appreciate being able to bring you this entry point, this pricing target well ahead of time, guys. And around since this time, we were bringing you this as a pricing target, saying this would be a good time for a heavier amount of investment. You guys remember that? Absolutely, for a heavier amount of investment. Why? Just if you want to be an ordinary participant in the market. Okay, if you want to be a rational behavior, exhibit rational behavior in the market, you're going to have a higher demand at a lower price instead of putting all of your money up into the higher levels, guys. It's very simple stuff. Being able to double and triple down at different levels. That's kind of the nature of demand, is at least having an increase at the lower levels. So that's just crucial in terms of how we are able to structure things. And I want to draw, if I can get into a triangle, just to let you guys know, essentially what it's telling us is per the demand curve, however you want to do the figures, etc. And we invite people, do your own strategy, share it with us. We'd love to hear what your strategy is. If it's becoming, not to be sarcastic, but if it's becoming involved at the higher levels and playing things like that, and we want to leverage 90% of our capital into something while it's on the run and try and jump on the bullet, as it's leaving the barrel. That's fine. We'd like to know how that's working out for you. We believe in kind of a more conservative approach. It's just kind of what we are kind of into. That's what what I believe makes the most sense in terms of like rational operation within a market, because it's easy to get carried away, guys. It's easy to get carried away. So as we look at kind of this triangulation here, or this triangle figure, we like to think of more money stacked on the downside. Okay, we like to think of that in terms of what that does is it prohibits us from becoming involved at the higher levels and being overextended, being over leveraged. Okay, it's very simple. We don't want to become over leveraged. Please don't contact me and let me know, London, we watched your show and we got too involved at the higher level. Not here. Not going to happen. You may be watching other channels. Okay, not here. Here we're going to talk about peppering in at the lighter levels, doubling and tripling that down as you get down into the different levels. So we're literally doubling down the first level into like 200, maybe 2,000. It's going to depend upon essentially how much cash you have. Maybe tripling down 600. Tripling down. Now, this is not a guide to what you have to do. It's just come up with your own solution. Come up with your own multiplicity or your increase at the lower levels. Because I brought up the example yesterday of like, you can go grocery shopping and you can buy, if you're making sandwiches, you can say, well, I need to buy some bread. Okay, great. You can go and you can pay $100 for a loaf of bread, right? You just can. Or you can sit there and try and say, okay, now we're making sandwiches for the family or for a football team. I have $100 to spend on bread. I'm going to look at the cost per slice. That's essentially what you're doing. You're lowering your cost basis as you look, and you try and efficiently. Now you're buying and selling. So you're trying to, and some of you are just holding. So you're trying to maximize the number of slices. Okay, just basic kind of demand principles. You guys know that. So let's look at kind of what you guys have to say in the market chat, and let's also you guys have the Discord link in the top of the market if you want to become involved in that. Absolutely, on top of the chat, I'll say. We'll just call that the market chat that you guys are involved in there. I know you guys are doing some different things, and yeah, let's see what Casey Peterson. Haven't seen your name around here. Very nice, and that's nice to say there. Hey, what's going on? What's up there, Kingdom? Casey Peterson, what's going on? You're saying it's Batman. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure what the Batman is. Let me know what the Batman references to. That's a good thing. We're big fans, I guess, of Batman. So let us know what that is, Casey, in the comments. We appreciate that. You have some funny people in this community, some professionals too. A lot of very technical guys doing spreadsheets, doing all kinds of things. I want to shout out to the guys, particularly to Red Raider, to James Bond. I want to shout out to all the people, the moderators. You guys get to know these guys. They're just really fantastic, kind of an international crowd. So it's really nice to see all of them. Chris, Fredo, hey, what's going on, Chris? Sophia, just want to do some shout outs to you guys. That's just it. Tommy Sotomayor, what's going on? Angelina, nice to see you. So guys, just want to do some shout outs to Cully and to David, shout outs to Roy, shout outs to all you guys. We really appreciate all this support. So Angelina, looks like you are here. That's nice to see. Roy, shout out to you guys. And yeah, if you want to put your name in there, we'll do a shout out to you online. We do have about between 3,000 and 5,000 people that watch our videos, and it's a small crowd for right now. It's not the multiple 10 and 20,000. That's okay. We need people who understand technicals. We don't like to operate just on hype. That's not what we do. If I'm going to throw in kind of a pre-launch party, I'm going to do so and let you know that it just looks like, based on the technicals, again, that we're going to achieve that. I don't ever want to just throw a dart blindfolded, just throw a dart into the wall. That's not what we want to do. So nothing just based on social hype, etc. That's not what we want to achieve. So let's look. The technicals that are being given to us is this inverse head and shoulders, okay, which is a positive price restructuring for Bitcoin. That's leading the market, so that should give us a positive, an opportunity to positively restructure ourselves. Now, as you look at Bitcoin, guys, it has gone up, and let's see, Harmony One and Dogecoin have not gone up. Okay, those are two big crowds here at the channel, so we can sit here and start to kind of let's start the timer, all right? Because we understand, we got Elon Musk and some other guys that are kind of, he's the Doge father, right? If that the Doge father means he's kind of the godfather of Doge, okay, he's the dad of Doge. Great. Well, we may need some attention. Us kiddos may need some attention here, because we have to kind of say, guys, right now, what just happened? Well, let's look at this, guys. The Bitcoin just went up. Just went up. What was the percentage here? That was a big breakthrough for Bitcoin. It just ramped up 5%. Guys, so we would expect Dogecoin to kind of ramp up here, and if we kind of move this is your accumulation schedule based on the fibs. You guys will see how to buy in at different levels. Watch that video. It's a good one for you guys to kind of focus and hone in on. But yeah, as you see this in Dogecoin, I'm just going to tell you guys that it went up 5%. We're just kind of holding steady. That doesn't seem like Dogecoin. It seems like Dogecoin's about to take off. That's why I put this little rocket here, and that's why I believe that, because we got some positive price action on Bitcoin. All right, it has slammed up through that and created that additional neckline, and it is kind of we anticipated that. We sent you guys some great stuff through Twitter and through the Discord. But yeah, that's exactly what it's decided to do, is to go on up. Is it just going to leave us behind? No. And guys, we achieved this positive price action, this breakthrough, before Bitcoin actually did any of this pricing action today. That was just today that it decided. We woke up and it's kind of blasted through. I'd say that right shoulder. So we'd expect some consolidation there. So it may go down. It may consolidate within that range and may decide to go kind of not necessarily, what do I want to say, not continue the same trajectory. We would anticipate on the Bitcoin that there's going to be this kind of this price action here. All right, so that's what we're going to anticipate, and that's just what we believe kind of is going to happen based upon this previous pricing event. Okay, we believe that's going to occur here as well, if it's going to build out and structure kind of a nice shoulder on this side. No problem. Now, the breakdown would be if we kind of retrace and the shoulder starts to look a little bit more severe, like it is collapsing through. If it's starting to do something like this, I mean, we have some leeway here, so this can get kind of emotionally charged for people involved in it. It can still do something like this and technically still be building that right shoulder, so it doesn't have to maintain necessarily this line in here of the kind of the peak, this negative peak of the shoulder here. If we're going to use that as a threshold, it doesn't have to maintain that. It has a little bit of leeway in forming that right hand shoulder. So the fact that it's up in that area and it wants to consolidate in this range is phenomenally that's impressive, guys. If it's going to do this, this is literally going to be kind of the mother of all inverse head and shoulders. You guys will remember this for a long time in terms of looking at head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, and what it can do in terms of trajecting something that's supposed to, guys, Bitcoin is literally supposed to just, the momentum and the shifting in terms of the analytics, it's just had its run, okay? It's kind of struggling. So it would take kind of an inverse head and shoulders, a monstrous kind of push to get it back up, to push all the other alts, and it's just going to be so well defining if and when that can occur. As Wall Street proper, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, as those guys, as the big banks start to get involved with crypto, guys, this will be a move to remember. This inverse head and shoulders on Bitcoin, the big boss here, and kind of all these other alts, guys. Dogecoin is becoming very well accepted. I'm going to say that it's becoming very popularized. It's becoming very useful for teams and companies to go ahead and get that market potential to absorb that degree of the consumer base that's involved in Dogecoin. Yeah, it's very exciting. I'm glad to see that it is really occurring with the different companies, from the Houston Rockets to the Dallas Mavericks to major sports teams. It looks like I think Tesla should be in line. There's going to be some other car companies, etc. Read today that Dogecoin has a bigger market cap than Ford. I haven't looked into that, but I just read that briefly by someone who's put that in the commentary. So that's kind of the attention that Dogecoin is getting, and it's very positive, and those are becoming fundamentals to add into something where people have had a lot of criticism. Guys, I've been around it with me and my friends since the price of 007. All right, 007. That's the price target. If you want to hang out with us, that's when we started getting involved in Dogecoin. My friends, etc., began really discussing it then. So we have received all the criticism along the way. We just have, and it hasn't been nice for people just to say it's a waste of time and energy. Everything else is not real. And I say there's some fundamentals that need to be built in, but I just have believed that Elon Musk would have the ability to build those in, and it looks like definitely between he and Mark Cuban and now the Houston Rockets, just company after company are starting starting to say, yes, we want to accept Dogecoin, is that great exposure to a new kind of consumer base. And there's no reason why someone wouldn't want to expand their consumer base. There's just no reason. So we do see, based on fundamentals and technicals right now, a reason for Dogecoin to kick on up. It's in the top 10. Is it in the top 10 legitimately now? I'd like to say that in terms of market cap. It seems like we're entering into the space wherein Dogecoin is legitimately in the top 10 now, okay, in terms of crypto, because of the utility, because of the ability to pay. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that. This is based on technicals. I'm expecting positive things. We kind of have a pre-launch party here for Dogecoin, okay? But I'm just going to say it's seeming like it literally has that possibility of becoming this overall kind of larger kind of market cap coin. I don't know if it starts to get and really dominate the entirety of the market. That's going to depend upon some speculation that I don't want to get into at this point. But I will say, based upon the technicals now, the strong technicals that are being built in, and kind of the fundamentals, okay, the increased adoption, guys, that's the crucial component of crypto. You have to have that adoption. Dogecoin is achieving it, and I think a lot of the other coins are afraid of that, guys. I think a lot of the other coins are afraid of that, and I would be too if I were completely leveraged into another coin. I would be a little bit cautious of that as well. Now, with the technicals, we can still always trade something else. A lot of the other coins have incredible price action. They just have, and they have that kind of reserve components in terms of kind of you're able to kind of de-risk when you get involved in them. I'll say that you're able to kind of de-risk if you look in. It's something that's a little bit more stable. The price action on Dogecoin within a week or 2 week period of time has been extremely volatile. Okay, so not everyone has the ability to micro trade and to manage these Fibonacci's within a short time period to gauge out the retracement levels, entry points. We stay very busy, guys. You know that, but we will enter around this point. Let's say around this point, we've already drawn our fib all the way to the top. And around this point, we've already identified, from this point, all of our pricing targets on the way down. So we have multiple trades that are executed and limit orders that are set per the strategy, at these different levels. And they've just been on, guys. They've been extraordinarily kind of key event features with 50% returns while we've been live, okay? It hasn't been like, oh, well, you said that, then maybe someone did or not. No, 6,000 to 8,000 people, guys, watch this video with the pricing targets in here. It's not a question of whether or not that was done. It's that it was done, absolutely confirmed, zero question that these pricing targets were hit, okay, that the trade literally finalized in around here at like a 60 to 70% market return, guys. So it's been a phenomenal journey and a lot of price action. That price action is, okay, there's different ways to look at that price action as it occurs on different instruments. The price action on Harmony One's been very phenomenal. It's been something that we've liked to be a part of, okay? It's been slower. Okay, but it's still been very, very repetitive, and you can get involved kind of a repeat, repeat trade basis has been very nice. But you can get involved in something that's bang, bang, bang. It's like every day or every 2 days. It's got additional price action. It requires you to move very quickly, like Doge is requiring people to move very quickly. Harmony One is a little bit more relaxed. Okay, it's a little bit more kind of smooth. The principles involved in it, it's just a little bit nicer. It's a little bit more even keeled. I mean, you're on Doge, you're hitting it, guys. You want to talk about like a day trader, like Day Trading 101, yeah, we have in the Discord, which is the link in the top of the chat, we literally have a section called Doge traders. We literally have that, and we have alpha traders. We have a program there for kind of training up people on technical analysis that want to learn, all right, who want to learn and be a part of this, because this requires a lot of attention, guys. Hitting these targets within a day or 2 days and computing these out and figuring out how much reserve cash strategically someone would need to kind of participate in that or not, and not get over leveraged at the higher levels. Guys, it's like, because I hear the stories, it's like, well, what's the solution to that? Well, this is kind of one of the solutions. More cash on the downside instead of putting all your investment in at the higher level. So some people want to hold until it gets to $1. That's fine as well. You guys, we're here to support you and enter in these lower levels, okay? As you enter in potentially the higher levels, we're the ones that are rushing in, okay? We're part of that strategy approach that is going to include some demand at these lower levels when it retraces, okay? Otherwise, there would be no demand, guys. Otherwise, it would just continue to fall down. We're literally part of that group in terms of the mentality that is recognizing that there is a standardized kind of entry back into this market, okay? And that's what we're providing are those details to you and to the community in kind of the most, I think, forthright and accurate fashion of anyone in terms of these are the levels that you're going to enter at. And so people will want to know, well, what is the level now? What's the next level now? That's great that you've done that in the past. What's the level now? Well, the goal now is that we're not in a retracement. What we want to do is start to build these steps, okay, kind of on the way up. We want to build these steps. And, as we looked at in the very beginning, we kind of had a staircase that was being built. we would like very much for another staircase to kind of be built in terms of just achieving a positive price action. And there really may be a ramp to the upside. I'm going to say that if Bitcoin can continue to over-impress, okay, continue to build what it's building, it's going to drive the market. You guys know this. Okay, Bitcoin can complete this head and shoulders. We brought this up, I think, before anybody, guys. That's just the level of technical expertise we bring to the table. This inverse head and shoulders we brought to you beforehand. So if it can, and it's looking like it's going into this consolidation zone over here, we brought this over because it's going to try and repeat this on this side. It's going to be a while. It's not going to be an overnight, kind of solution. It may decide to just take off. More likely is that it would achieve some degree of symmetry with the other side. This shoulder would kind of be repeated, kind of from here to there. That's kind of what we would expect to see, okay? This interval would kind of, we would expect that to be kind of repeated. And it's not going to look exactly like that. It's going to probably be inverted or reversed from that angle. But we've seen just such great symmetry, guys, already, okay? As you look at as we analyze, we've seen just such great symmetry throughout the entirety of this. And, yeah, I would just anticipate really good things to happen here. It's a little bit soft, okay, in terms of its formation here. I'd like to see a little bit more strength and for it to continue. And I'll just state this: I'd like to see it kind of needs to, and it's not necessary for it to still be a classic inverse head and shoulders. But I'd like to see this kind of angle up a little bit and achieve some more strength, at least in the dynamic of that right shoulder that it's building. I don't want it to sag too much to the right. I think that would be potentially dangerous for its ability to break out to this higher level in around 61,000. So as it does continue to retrace in this zone, this is why you guys are investing, guys, because in and around this area, in and around as this decides to go back up after the retracement here, when it goes back up like this, guys, you are making a killing in your altcoins, in your Dogecoin, everything else. During this time frame, when it's trajecting up, you're making a killing in your altcoins, okay, especially as it goes to new highs. It's just like your altcoins love it. Dogecoin was up, what, 400%? Guys, if we can get on another run like that, it is going to be an exciting few weeks, okay, an exciting week, etc. So that's what we're anticipating. The pre-launch party, is to let you guys know that yes, if we can conquer this and if we can get back up into this, and again, technically it looks pretty sound, guys. It just looks pretty sound. If we can conquer this and get back up into the positive price dynamics where we're looking at, and let's just, kind of explain what's gone on with Bitcoin and how much fun it was, okay, how much money people were making, guys, how much cash people were making, and along these levels, guys, and around here, okay, as we went up, Dogecoin made money, okay, as we went around here, Dogecoin made exponential money, okay? And your other altcoins make exponential money during this time, okay? Now we've retraced quite a bit. If we can get back up into here, guys, I would really expect an exponential kind of return in your altcoins. That's why you're involved in altcoins, essentially, because they offer a return in excess of the standardized, kind of slow. Now, Bitcoin's been up, what, 200 and some odd percent to 400% this year. Seems like my dogs are barking when that happens. You guys know it's time for me to go jogging. So my dogs know my schedule real well. I know you guys are dog fans. I hear your dogs in the background whenever I talk to you. So thanks for your patience on that. I love my dogs. They're great. They love us too. They're saying good morning to you. So say hello, good morning to my dogs in the chat section. I appreciate that from you Doge fans and your Harmony One fans and everything else. But yeah, 400% over the year. Okay, that's phenomenal. That's great. Now that's since the entirety of the price action on Bitcoin. Now what have we done? That's in a year. Right. In the recent, guys, put this into context. Why are you involved in Dogecoin? What's exciting about it? Because you've done that, guys, in the last 2 weeks. You've beat that in the last 2 weeks, all right, on Dogecoin, period. So it's nice to see that. It's really nice to see that for Bitcoin. But that's what drives us into the Dogecoin market, guys, is the notion that, yeah, what you've done all year, we've done in the last few weeks. Same thing with Harmony One at some point. This is the long-lost brother of Dogecoin. I'm just going to bring it up. It's looking for it to set new highs. A lot of strength in price action. How long did it take it? It took it probably 3 weeks to achieve. As we look at this, let me draw an info line just so you can understand. Get the concept. You may not be a fan of Harmony One or Dogecoin. Get the concept, guys. 2,239%. All right, so that's over a period of several weeks, okay, into a month on Harmony One, okay? So these are some phenomenal gainers within a period of a week to 2 weeks, where in this big behemoth kind of massive instrument of Bitcoin wants to take, months. My gosh, it wants to take months and months and months. Back to October of last year, Oh my gosh, it's going to take a year to go up 400%. That's okay, but that's what's exciting about your altcoins. That's what's exciting about Dogecoin. It's like we're going to become old waiting to make money in our investments. I guess, I don't want to necessarily achieve that behavior in life. That's not something I'm looking forward to. Let's say that. So we are more excited about that. We're a little bit more bullish in terms of our expectations of what we want to achieve, and that's what we can achieve, guys. As you achieve some positive dynamics in the Bitcoin market, we would expect this to go up and achieve this higher kind of exponential, or let's say it's exponential, or this multiplicity in terms of your returns on Dogecoin or Harmony One or the other guys. There's tons of altcoins. We've been looking at all of them. So that's exciting, guys. That's what we want to see, is that, yes, Bitcoin is up 3,000. Okay, great. Where's our action? We're going to ask Papa Elon, where is our action? We are watching. Doge Father, we are watching you, you Godfather, you Doge Father. You are the Papa of Doge. Where's that action? We're looking for that. We can't wait to see some positive increased price action. We also expect it on Harmony One. Great management team, and all guys, we have all these altcoins which are doing real great. Just to check in, I want to give you guys on your radar so you understand what are the top gainers right now. We have Phantom is up 30% against all odds. Okay, Phantom is breaking through to higher levels. Put that on your radar. Take a look at it. It's an interesting coin. It is high. I never say buy high. We always say buy low to sell high. So watch that. XRP is getting back in. We brought you that at 80 cents. It's at $1. You're at a 2x on XRP. Harmony One, we've made phenomenal gains on. You're up 10%. Very nice. BCH, Bitcoin Cash, is doing well. It's 8% up. DIA and BTC and Bitcoin, okay, are up about 6%. Litecoin, you're up about 5%. Everything's green for the most part, guys. Everything is green, and that's nice to see. Your ETH is off. I have to bring this up, okay? ETH is off. I don't know why, huh? What did we tell you yesterday, guys? And you guys know this. I know. Is this the ETH chart? I want to make sure this is the ETH chart, because you guys, let's take a look at this. What are we going to do with ETH? Because everyone's talking about it going to 10,000. May it go to 10,000? That would be great, guys. I've just surrounded this in kind of a zone of reasonableness. It's in a channel right here in a zone of reasonableness, as it would kind of fluctuate and kind of go along the channel. That's all I have to say about ETH. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't hate it, don't love it. It's just a chart right now, and it has good technology. Where's our Doge? Where's our Doge? We sorted by, that's right, we sorted by the, guys, this is TradingView. I'd be happy to let you guys know how to work more in Doge and how to get through different parameters here, and how to kind of customize your trading view. That's what we specialize in. And the highly technicals, I kind of like throw a rocket ship in to kind of make it a little bit less technical. I kind of park it on the side to let you guys know we're looking for a launch. We're looking for something positive. And yeah, we like moon parties. I mean, we love launch parties. So this is a pre-launch party. When we go through the actual launch party, guys, we'll have a price zooming to the upside, right? We will get into some exciting, literally it'll feel kind of like a party. We got all kinds of great action going on everywhere. And when we get into this, when it's time to launch, it's time to launch. And you guys know that. And you know how that feels. We're about to watch some really positive price action in terms of some velocity. We want to achieve that escape velocity. We need to achieve that, get those boosters packed up and those rocket engines for this velocity and this takeoff. So I can almost just leave this here. I want to see what's capable of being done. And this last pricing event, on the whole, took you up at about 50%, all right, 50%, and it took you about 5 days to get there. So 50%, that's a good trade in 5 days, guys. If you can couple that with a few other investment or ideas, that's real nice. So another 5 days at 50% would put us at 40 cents, guys. You like 40 cents as a target? I hope you do. I believe that is something that would be positive in terms of your ability to experience a positive trade on this, guys. And we're at the micro level. We talk about the levels to be involved. You guys watch that video on how to buy into crypto, okay, at the right price. We just did that a few days ago. It's a phenomenal video. I really anticipate you guys will like that video. It covers a lot of things, guys, and I just appreciate you for watching that. It's a lot of heavy calculations, but if you understand the calculations, it presents an opportunity, a strategy to do very well. Some people just want to throw all their money in at high levels. That's fine. It's your decision. If you have that strategy and it's working out for you, share it with us. We'd love to get to know that strategy. Right now, we're looking at the technicals and we're looking at the fundamentals. The technicals and the fundamentals. First of all, you guys look at the Discord link in the chat room. You guys can follow that link. It's in the chat right now. And go ahead and hit a thumbs up or a like if you're new to the if you just joined and you haven't been here since the beginning. I'll know what to cover and what has kind of maybe already been covered if the masses have already been through here. So let's look at it. You guys hit the like up, and that will let me know if you guys have just kind of joined the. I wanted to stream this morning because it looks like we have good news, and I want to bring that good news to you in terms of the fundamentals and the technicals, and to wrap your mind around what we can expect throughout the weekend, the start to next week. But we're heading into the weekend. Everyone's planning, kind of putting together their plans and getting excited. about different things that they have planned. We're getting excited about the price action, guys, about what's going on with Dogecoin. It is fighting through the trend here about, like, your long lost brother, Harmony One. Good group. I mean, we're very happy to have them, guys. We love them. That's just it. I have to be honest. We love them. That's it. Our Dogecoin crew, I have to say, honestly, you guys like the memes, and we love them. That's it. We love the Dogecoin crew. We love the Harmony One crew. Bitcoin crew, we love you too. I mean, it's maybe not as much as the One and the Dogecoin, but Elon's involved in Bitcoin. So, yeah, we got to say we love you too. So we got a lot of love going out to a lot of different people. You guys know that we're just we're good people like that, okay? And so we try and create a positive environment. We try and talk about when the technicals are matching up with the fundamentals. Guys, it's like the sweet spot, right? Like you ever you hit the baseball and bam, right in the sweet spot, or you hit the golf club and bam, or even a tennis racket, anything. It's like you hit it right in the sweet spot. That's what we're looking like we're in right now. It just looks like we're literally kind of in that groove, and things are just wanting to work very well, that we're fighting through this on. And guys, Dogecoin, it is a roller coaster, okay? I'm going to tell you, in terms of having 50% of your cash value eliminated from 45 to 20, it's a roller coaster. You're not going to want to just strap in without the I don't know if you qualify to ride this ride. I don't know if you do, but it's going to be some of your tolerance, some of your ability to follow kind of a channel like this, or anything else you have in terms of a strategy to not let your account literally go from 45 to 20. Guys, that's an elimination of half of the value of your account. If you're in for that and you're cool with that, watching it go from 100,000 or from a million or 10,000, let's say from a million to 500,000, or from 100,000 to 50,000, or from, let's say, just 1,000, okay, to 500. If you're okay with that, hey, if that's your tolerance, that's great, and you're waiting for a dollar, I mean, more power to you. A lot of people trade and get in trouble in terms of just the market taking advantage of them. They don't. It's difficult. The rules are kind of complicated, so they do require some calculations. They require some limit orders to be put in. You stating, as a matter of fact, I'm only going to buy this much at this amount. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in a limit order. I'm going to limit the amount that I'm going to buy at a certain price. Then you're kind of dictating to the market maker, the guy who's in charge of the buy and the sell orders. Okay, you're going to be in charge of essentially telling him, you're going to say, you need to go to work for me, and this is the amount I want to pay for this many, okay, for this many Dogecoin, or this many, one, or this many Bitcoin. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And let's see, you guys are communicating on Discord. I'd like to see that. Good job, guys. It's a nice server, and we're a little invested in that. It's our server, so we're very picky about it. If there's any spam on it, just understand. We try and eliminate all the spam. Some people want to give away a brand new Porsche. If you get something like that as a brand new Porsche, it's probably not us giving away a brand new Porsche. Maybe at some point it would be. That'd be nice. We get a good enough community. We decided to give away a Porsche this weekend. Why not? Or a brand new Tesla Roadster. Yeah, we're going to give away that next week. And that's a sarcastic joke, because people will like to spam in our Discord something like that. It's like, well, it's sorry, that's not us right now. We're not going to do that right now. I'm not sure that we would do that. Tesla Roadster, maybe in the long run. Now, maybe we look at giving away a Tesla Roadster. Wouldn't that be nice if Elon decided to give away a Tesla Roadster to one fine Dogecoin holder? Now, I don't know. You guys we have to think of this and consider this, because he's the Doge father, right? Elon is the Doge father. You guys can see the tweet. You guys will like this. What is this on our profile? I think you guys will like this. Elon is he's the Doge father, right? You see the little Doge up in the clouds. We appreciate the imagery. So we got Elon Musk here. So I don't know. It's like in the movie, you'd always go to the Godfather. You would tell them, what you need. Well, Elon, Doge father, it seems like maybe we need a Tesla Roadster. It seems like someone in the crew needs a Tesla Roadster. I don't know. I would say that with all respects. Doge father, it seems like we need a Tesla Roadster. So, he may, hopefully he doesn't make anyone an offer they can't refuse. The culture is great. I love the fact that he tweeted that the other day. The picture he didn't tweet, but we do appreciate the opportunity to interact with you about things like this. And we have a great response from our community on Twitter. It's funny, guys. The Discord's on top here, as well as on the chat. We are involved 24/7. We're around the world. I think we keep 24 hours a day on this channel somehow, literally between here and there and everything. So I have, in between, let's push this, guys. I think it's a good idea. We may do this from within our community, is start pushing this idea that, Doge father, we need a Tesla Roadster. We would like to see that, at least the ability to pay for the Tesla Roadster. So you guys create that chatter when we're talking about those things. Let's talk about it socially. Tesla, we want to be able to buy a Roadster in Dogecoin. We can go and pay for merch at major basketball games already. When that hits, guys, when that kind of news hits and Tesla starts accepting it, and if they start holding on to it like they are Bitcoin, can you imagine what that would say? That would mean that literally the Doge Father, now he came up with the name the Doge Father. That's him, okay? He's involved in this. He's been accumulating. I'm just going to say someone's been accumulating all the excess coins. There's a big, guys, it produces what, 5 billion? They mint 5 billion new coins a day. They're just smart guys, okay? You know that in terms of like the rocket scientists, literally. He's a very capable guy, and I see great things for the future. So with the Dallas Mavericks, with the Houston Texans, with this recent news, with Mark Cuban being on some talk show. I didn't watch the talk show. That's okay. I don't watch that talk show. I don't watch talk shows. I'm sorry. I don't watch soap operas or talk shows. So my uncle was on a soap opera. I never really understood that. I thought it was kind of weird. But anyway, he's not weird. He's a great guy. So anyway, he was in acting. He was one of those momentum kind of guys. So anyway, as we look at this, I want this to. It's just the truth, guy. He was on Days of Our Lives. Believe it or not, my uncle was on Days of Our Lives. That's what that is, or General Hospital, whatever it was. I'm sorry, it's the truth. It sounds awful, doesn't it? It's just the truth. So in terms of this, we do have this, potential here. I want to see this crank back up, okay? I want to see this escape. I want to see this roll up, and we can, while you're receiving a positive, price action. I think this is good for Elon and his Tesla holders because they're involved in Bitcoin. So get on into that beautiful, that nice reverse head and shoulders. You guys enjoy that time, right? We want you to get into that, but while you're making gains, understand that you have, you Doge Father, Elon and crew, you guys have, I guarantee you have people like me who are literally saying here, Papa Elon, we need a Tesla Roadster. So I want to see you give away something like that. Or why doesn't Tesla give away a Tesla the Roadster to a member of the Dogecoin community? Can you imagine how much, good gosh, everyone would literally be convinced I'm going to make enough money with my Dogecoin, I'm going to get into, everyone would be into it. That's a quick, easy solution. So they have a marketing department there. There's all types of facilities that can take hold of these types of issues, and that's just a for instance because we got within the last week we've had Mark Cuban on nationwide TV. We have Dallas Mavericks, and now we have Houston Texans accepting Dogecoin. Guys, you can't just say. We can't ignore this anymore. You just can't continue to say it's just a joke. No, it's not. It's not at all. We can use Dogecoin. And this is what we've been looking at. So the whole other exchanges like Robinhood that don't allow for people to withdraw their Dogecoin. I got to tell you, it's kind of looking like the heat is on them right now. For anyone not putting heat on them, I'm going to tell you, we need to do that. We need to continue to push those issues. We need the Doge Father to step in, and he has stepped in. You'll notice that he said originally if the principal whales will sell their position, it would have my full support. Now he's calling himself the Doge Father. Hey, it sounds like we turned that corner, huh? What a stud, huh? Pretty cool, huh? I like this whole deal. He's in charge of putting people in space. That'll work. He got the contract from NASA, okay, to put the next astronauts on the moon. All right, you guys are aware of that? He literally got the contract from NASA. That's the governmental entity, the space agency, choosing the Doge Father to put men on the moon. So very, very exciting. Okay, we're looking forward to that becoming more of a reality in terms of additional use cases. So that's kind of the update. We are pre-launch, okay, because we have already retraced, and it looks like we're in a positive trajectory. Dare I say we're in kind of an uptrend? If we can conquer this next kind of level 1, if we can get up to the next level 1 here and achieve kind of a level 2, then guys, we're going to be in kind of an uptrend. Okay, we're going to be in a formalized uptrend. We're no longer in this kind of, and it was very well done in terms of the structuring, the price structuring, the events, in terms of the timing of the Elon crew. Very nice, very nice. It worked in well with an accumulation schedule of buying upon these retracements. You guys watch that video if you want to, how to buy crypto. From a few days ago, you'll get into how accumulation is done in these levels for people who are looking at the micro or looking at getting in with protection on the downside. Okay, so that's just the truth. You'll see how that's done to the best of our computable abilities. Okay, and I've worked on, fortunately or unfortunately, I've worked on billion-dollar equity funds in terms of being a financial analyst or the lead financial analyst on those. So I've had to be very precise with my numbers. So this is the dynamic that I have been able to communicate that is in line with some of the top traders, some of the top traders in the world, okay, for right now. So it's not all my philosophy. Being able to double and triple down at different levels, guys. I'm able to communicate this to you. So the fundamentals and the technicals seem like they're matching up for Dogecoin and for some other coins. We want to see this continue, and we want to see kind of a ramp up, and we want to see this blast off the next level to get through that 40 cents. It's been a second that we've not been able to really cruise through there. My target, I gave this to you a while back, would be 54. Now, could it kind of collapse, a little bit? Could it show some weakness? Of course it could, but Bitcoin just showed some strength, right? It just cruised up 5%. That's kind of the leader of the pack, right? So if it's going to cruise back up into this level, guys, why would we expect for us not to do well? Okay, we are going to outperform kind of the big behemoth, it's the giant, right? Bitcoin's the giant, right? And I tell you, we're getting really close to actually breaking through this section right here. It's getting kind of interesting as I'm looking at this, guys. It's getting to the point where it looks like it's almost accelerating through this. So we have some tolerance here to kind of look at what's going to go on with Bitcoin and what we should be expecting. But we wouldn't expect a huge ramp up in Bitcoin and nothing to happen really with Dogecoin. So it's looking kind of pretty hot right now. I'm going to say that. Look at this, guys. This was just this morning. Look at that. That's one heck of a price movement. Let's switch because, guys, this is going to affect our Doge. We need to kind of know what's going on. Look at that nice movement there. Let's go to the 1 hour and see what the 1 hour candles kind of look like. Yeah, those are nice green candles, guys. Nice. Those are on the 1 hour. That's strong positive price action. It's kind of in line with what occurred in and around here to get us back out of that sideways channel. So as we're looking at that, yeah, I would anticipate this is going to positively affect Dogecoin. Now, it hasn't necessarily yet. There's not been a real strong confluence as we look at Dogecoin. Let's just look at 3%. We're up 3%. As we look at Bitcoin, you're up 6%. So Bitcoin is outperforming Dogecoin right now. That's very rare, guys. That's very rare. That kind of lets me know that there's kind of a pent up, they say pent up demand. I'm just going to say some restrained kind of, I would anticipate potentially even like a kind of a trampoline effect to hopefully happen here with Dogecoin. Let's look up RSI. Let's look at our relative strength index for just a second and see where we're at on this. Let's go to we're at the 30 minute. I always like to back out on the RSI just so you guys know from the 1 hour, maybe even to the 4 hours. Okay, maybe even to the daily. Okay, we go to the daily RSI just to, that's a relative strength indicator. Always remember it's relative. You guys understand that? Very relative. Okay, so it's just coming off kind of a hiatus here, wherein the entirety of this price action to the upside was very much above that key line of 70. Okay, it was above that key line of 70 in terms of it entering into what we would call being overbought. The bulls pressure was just too much. They had overbought. When it gets below 30, it's oversold. Okay, so that's usually very bullish. When it's oversold, that means it's kind of got that trajectory expected up. But it's just when something's very bullish like this, it doesn't have to operate down into this like sub 30 level. It just doesn't have to do that. So always remember, and I'm scrolling out just looking at that RSI on the bottom, just always remember that the RSI is very relative. It's called the relative strength index. So some people trade on it very fast and fundamentally, and that's just it. We like to back out at different time levels and do kind of comparatives on the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 1 day, the even the 30 minute down to it can be the 5 minute as you look at trading it. So this is very positive. I'm going to say it's very positive in terms of the RSI because we did breach through. At least we have an indicator on the 1 hour. We have an indicator that we did achieve kind of up and above that 60 threshold to enter into something that was overbought, and that coincides very well with this most recent price action. Wherein I think the overall, what was the overall? It was 25% or so that was made on that specific trade, or 50% if you were able to enter in at our key fib level and around this golden pocket. Okay, so that was a trade of about 50% within a period of time of about 5 days, 62% as you were able to capitalize on that golden pocket, 61.8%. To the 65%, essentially this line here, okay, to the 61.8 to the 65, you had about a little over a 60% return and around to the maximized level here, and in and around to almost the current level. If you entered into at the golden pocket and you're still holding, you're up at over 50% on your trade. That's a phenomenal trade, guys. Congratulations. Very good. As we see the increased use of Dogecoin, we're going to be doing probably more of these streams because we like use cases, we like management teams, we like dev teams, development groups, and as it receives more attention, I would expect the quality of Dogecoin, the characteristics of it to kind of evolve along with it. This is kind of like the embryonic stage of it, okay, the nascent kind of embryonic stage of Dogecoin. It's very much developing. It has, we brought up this with the Doge Father. This is Elon Musk, and he tweeted yesterday, the Doge Father. So this is kind of this is what we've come up with in terms of an applicable image that we're able to bring forth to you from kind of the Twitter partners and everybody else that's on Twitter. So that's nice that we're able to bring that to the crowd. So everything looking mostly green today. There's a few off, but the overall market is doing well. Bitcoin is surging, and it's up, guys. It's up 3,300. Okay, so it's up 6.5%. We would not expect Dogecoin to only be up 3%. We're not going to expect Dogecoin to underperform Bitcoin. Okay, that's the reason why on the technicals right now we're looking very, very, very bullish. I'm just going to say that if Bitcoin's going to bounce into new territories and regain its footing, okay, in line with this reverse head and shoulders, if it's going to regain its footing in line with this, say 57,000 to 61,000 to pushing up to anywhere along the 60,000 mark, guys, we're especially watch this if and when we break through to a new high. Your Dogecoin, your other altcoins should phenomenally surge. Okay, so at some point we should have a phenomenal surgence here of the price action. Is something that we're just able to capitalize in on. And you guys, you don't need to be told twice. I know I'm preaching to the choir because you guys have made 400, 500% recently over the past several weeks. So this is the right crowd to talk to, and we're just excited to bring you both the technicals in terms of the accumulation levels that we've been able to achieve on, let's say, just on these, what do we do? On the Fibonacci's, okay? The Fibonacci's, again, guys, it's an ordered sequence. That's just all it is. It's an ordered sequence that, it exists as a natural they're natural indicators. I'm gonna make these little numbers a little bit smaller right now. These are just our kind of scheduled, doubled, and tripled down at the different tiers here. I'm going to make them a little bit smaller so we hold on to them, so people who have questions at all, they can say, what are those? What are the levels of investment? You guys, please review the how to invest in cryptos. You'll hear not investment advice 20, 30 times. I don't say that all the time. I think I just stick something on the screen that says that. So that's for you guys to read and enjoy. If you want a financial advisor, go get one. I've done a lot of analytical work, and I do not want to sell people things or take an interest in your account and make a percentage. That's the last thing I want to do is handle your account and take a percentage. You guys know that. So that's just not what I want to do. I want to hang out, have fun, enjoy the community, and see you guys grow your accounts. It's what I want to. I want to see how well you guys can learn. So as we look at this, let's look back a little bit at the let's see, you're talking about Harmony One. That's great to have you guys in the crew. Let's see, look at the charts. Just looking at who you guys are. Lyle, shout out to you. Zero Gajen, good to see you. Casey, it's always good to see you, brother. Shout out to Bond, to Red Raider. Shout out to our Alpha Traders. I'm going to say shout out to Bianchi. Shout out to Bianquita. These are just some great people, guys, that are involved in our Twitter. Shout out to Kenny Crypto, real strong guy. Kenny Crypto has been in the house. Okay, and shout out to Kent. Shout out to our Doge army as well, and to our Harmony One army, and to everybody. Sankit, I want to say Sankit, welcome and shout out to you guys. You're just to you specifically, from India to Russia to China to Argentina to the Outback and Aussies to the UK and everyone else. We appreciate you guys being here. That's why we're here, is because we have a worldwide audience. We have about 5,000 subscribers, guys. That really validates what we're doing here. And I know we will stream for a while sometimes. We'll stream for 2 or 3 hours sometimes. But you guys will need to plug in for probably 10 or 15 minutes and get a little bit of a news function, a little bit of a technical update, and just hear a little bit of information. In addition, you stay abreast of the schedule of my dogs while they're trying to rustle me out to go. You notice I say it's time for me to go jogging, they'll bark at me, and you guys are dog people in the Doge community, so let your dogs bark away in the background. But you'll notice I'll say it's time for me to go jogging, and I didn't quite leave the last time, so it's still time, I guess, a little past time for me to go jogging. I will get that in today. I promise I'll get that in. Hopefully you guys are taking care of your furried friends out there, right? We got to take care of those furried friends. So what do we got going on? And Harmony One, we just look at it, guys. You're just in this pattern as well, and we would expect it to outperform the primary player, Bitcoin. Okay, you have traversed through this. It's been a long month, and I'm just going to bring this up. If people are into Bitcoin, or people are into Dogecoin, or people are into Harmony One, listen, they're all different time schedules. They're all different risk thresholds, okay? Harmony One has had a huge, phenomenal 20x your money within the last, say, 2 months, and it's hit the golden pocket. Now it's on the way up, okay? Dogecoin has had, say, a 4 to 5x in the last, like, 2.5 weeks, and not several months. How long was this? How long did this take to get up here? That was a period of time in about 8 days. That was 1 week. Now you're about, you're working on about 3 weeks. You're still shy of 3 weeks on that. So it is taking a little bit of time. But since the time of the peak here, you retrace to the golden pocket within a period of 5 days, or 2 days. It took you 2 days to get there. On Harmony One, unfortunately, it took you know how many days it took you to get from the peak down to your golden pocket? Guys, it took you 24 days. So it took 10 times as long for you to get there on Harmony One as it took you to get there and achieve the same return, essentially the same return from the spot of that Dogecoin did. So it's not that there's anything wrong. There's also some increased stability in there. There's more time for you to react in the market. Okay, when you're dealing with something like Harmony One, it's not as volatile. It's not as quick. You don't have to be as like agile and have as much endurance and just agility. You don't have to get into that as much. You're able to just kind of calmly plan things out, plan your accumulations, things like that. So that's kind of what we look at is the difference between like Harmony One right now. From a price standpoint, the technical standpoint, Harmony One and Dogecoin, that's just what we look at, guys, and that's the difference. With Bitcoin, it's people like a solid investment, kind of what we're looking forward to, a standard accumulation, people putting millions of dollars into Bitcoin. That's just kind of an institutional, kind of a banking. You guys want to go banking? Yeah, let's go to banking today. That doesn't sound like fun to me. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, that's the idea with Bitcoin. It's a long trajectory of, they just have different characteristic sets to them, different risk profiles, they attract different personalities. So this is what Bitcoin has done over the past, how long is this, guys? As we look at this and compare it to like Dogecoin, Harmony One, all these other altcoins, it's done that 440% over 191 days. Wow. Since October of last year. Wow. Okay, that's fine. That's good. It's 440%. Dogecoin did that within the last month. All right, that's good. And Harmony One did that. And a lot of other financial concerns have done that within the past 2 months, 2.5 months. So yeah, it took Dogecoin since last it took Bitcoin since last October to do that. So that's okay. That's no problem. Some people need that threshold of being able to achieve. I mean, in 2 days, Dogecoin got down to its golden pocket. I say got down to, guys. It lost 61% of its value, and 61%. That's a heavy trade. All right, we were involved in it. We were saying, coach blew the whistle on the football field. That's what we said up here. Guys, you know that, okay? If you watched our stream, we said the coach has blown the whistle on the football field. So people exited at this time, and I was listening. There was some TV in the background. Literally, a coach blew a whistle on the field. I just said that. It was on air, and it just made sense. And sure enough, it was literally at this point. You guys may not believe that. Go back and watch the exact stream, but literally, right around the high, I was just like, the coach has blown the football, or he has blown the whistle on the football field. I am headed home. I am out of the trade. Okay, you guys will know that exactly happened, because you're like, well, how do you know when to exit? Well, the coach literally blew the whistle on the football field. So that's what happened there. We were able to get out at that point. And then look at this. Big retracement. Now, there was a period of time here. This was an entry, okay, we dealt with that. But if we look at that, that was an entry right in there, okay. This kind of crossbar right there. So we're always dealing with the price entries, okay. We're always dealing with those price entries, and that's just real critical for us to bring you those ahead of time. So you're saying, well, what are the price entries now? Well, right now we're kind of in an accumulation schedule with cash settled back down below. That's me personally, settled back down below reserve cash, and it's nice to go through an accumulation pattern, seeing how to kind of pepper in money in line with we kind of go through the macro, and then we go through the micro. When we go through the micro, we're looking at how to best accumulate, and it gets detailed, guys. It gets very detailed. But in terms of the approach, it's just, okay, if this is the new, we're going to draw in a new Fibonacci. One of these points is going to hit, and most likely if it's in a bullish pattern, it's going to escalate to the upside. That's just the way it's going to do. It's going to escalate to the upside. It's now coming to contact with a 38.2. Will it hit the 50% retracement here, the 29 cents and 29? Let me draw this exactly if I'm going to get into this, and let me make sure I'm on the right time frame. All right, I just want to make sure that we're talking exact figures, that you guys understand exactly where we're at, and I'm giving you accurate information because we try and do that very much on this channel. So let me do that and get the scalpel out here and literally make sure we get literally surgical with it. So yeah, that is in line with, so yeah, the reaccumulation levels, and you'll see I'm not looking at this for this matchup. I'm just getting right in line with the top, okay, right in line with the top, and we've got our different accumulated schedules here. And what we do, excuse me, excuse me, let me we have bad allergies in Texas. I'm very sorry. Pardon me. I may need to blow my nose again. Very not good. I'm very sorry. We have all types of allergies and things going here. I can breathe. Thank you very much. I very much apologize for that. I never have to do that, but yeah, I am a human being. We've been pushing through this morning so I can breathe. Thank you very much. We have bad allergies in Texas. I don't know why. It's one of those deals. This time of year, I think people get hay fever or something. So as we look into that, Now we can breathe. Very nice. So as we look into the retracement here at the 38.2, we're right at 30 cents, 30 and 1/10 cents. Okay, it hit that exact mark here, guys. So this is the retracement that we build in to all of our accumulation patterns. It likes to typically go to the golden this golden pocket. That's a 61.8. We make sure that we have additional stronger levels or higher amounts of cash at these lower levels. Okay, we like to pepper in and along this first green zone. In the red zone, we don't touch the red zone. There's nothing. As soon as it gets into the green, sure, we'll pepper in some. There's a little bit amount, maybe $100. And it's just an example to get your mind framed around, the idea or the notion, guys, that at the lower levels you're supposed to have more involvement. Okay, you're supposed to have I'd say more involvement, a heavier cash position. Why? Because it's the demand curve, guys. It's literally the demand curve. The lower the prices, the more demand. So in terms of your ability or your desire to accumulate at a lower price, you should have more of a demand at the lower price. So we don't know how else to really communicate it. That's why I say, that's what I want to communicate to you is if you have a better way, let us know. Talk to us. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Go ahead and put it in the Discord server. Let us know what your thought is. That'd be great to know your position. But we know that these hold true. These Fibonacci's hold true. This is how we want to accumulate and the different levels that we want to accumulate. Now, why don't we just want to write it out? Well, we can write it out, okay? But what I'm going to show you is that, this is a retracement, so you can measure it just on these numbers on the side, or you can literally take this and say, okay, this is what? This is going to be essentially a drop here of do you want to lose 7 to 10 to 15 to 20% of the overall value of your holdings? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. If we can prevent that, if we can save that, if we can capitalize on that amount, okay, and if we can buy lower after selling higher, we want to do that, so some of you just may want to hold. That's fine, and that's exciting. Just the reaccumulation schedule over time does very well, particularly when you've been in some sort of a retracement pattern and not just letting, because if you just want to buy and hold, guys, it turns into a long week, a long month, a long year, depending upon which market you're in. If you just want to buy and hold, if you buy at the wrong spot, it's just, if you're buying up here, this is where we got out. Literally live, like a 5 or 6 hour stream. I wanted to make sure, because you guys, like 8,000 people watched that video, and I wanted to make sure that you guys knew this is the pricing target. Bam, you guys knew that ahead of time. Like I told you that in and around this, this level here. We told you here before it even reached down there, like this is the pricing target. The market maker picked you up, and then we literally did another showing here, and this is when the coach blew the football field. That just happened in the background on the TV, so I said that, and it was just time. It was time to close the trade. I was exhausted. We had run as hard as we could run for a while. It's like it's fine. The game is over for a minute. We maximize the gains on that. That's what you get on this channel. Maybe it's not easy for you guys either. Maybe you're winded a little bit, and I understand that. But we have a good group, and I know you guys are involved in the market. And it's very exciting. So we keep pushing like this. We must love the market, huh, guys? You got to bring this up, because we must love the market, because a lot of you are involved in this, and it's not all just a show and glow. It's not all just the Doge Father. Elon tweets, the Doge Father, which is so cool, right? So this is our image for him. It's not all just let's idolize something. No, there's a utility to this. There's a utility, there's a function, there's an investment side of this. We like that. We're very excited about getting involved in this. Some of you guys want to become investors in your life. I invite you to join Discord and talk to us about Doge, and talk to us about Harmony One, and talk to us about whatever you're involved in the other alt. Let us learn from you. We also have a hey, shout out to Travis Scott. It's your birthday. Hey, shout out Travis. Congratulations. Happy birthday. That popped up on Twitter. But what we get into is just understand that it's not just this hype. It's not just this media frenzy. There's actually an investment going on. There's a crypto revolution that's going on. We believe that. We see it happening, much like the internet took over. We believe that the financial space is literally transforming right now digitally, and that the governments will be a little bit slower to react to that and create their digital dollars or yuan or whatever it will be, to really permanently solidify those into the communities and the world, and that they will be a little bit less well received, and that the populations may choose to continue to deal in things like Dogecoin or Bitcoin that they've already found as a store of value or a means of effectuating kind of transactions. So that's where things come into play in terms of our ability to look at the potential. Okay, to look at the potential of something like Dogecoin, of these different investment instruments, whether it's Harmony One, which we love. We love a lot of different groups, but none really as much as Harmony One and Dogecoin. But guys, if it's a price chart, if it's a great looking price chart, I'm going to deal with it. I don't like to miss out on fundamentals, so that's where we're at. But you guys do know we love this stuff, so that's just it. So on and along this retracement here, we would expect a little bit more retracement. If not, that's fine. We're already involved at the $100 and $200 level. It's already picked up a little bit. People who got picked up in and around this 382, I just tell you, you've already made what? Not much. You've already made, what is it, 4%? Okay, if we look at this, you've already made and close down into that next level. Okay, close. Didn't get picked up there though. That's close. I'd like to maybe play with those lines a little bit and see who got picked up and why and what fib you're working on. But yeah, about 5%. You're up about 5% on your trade, depending upon where you went in at the 382. This is just a mechanism, guys. These levels hit, and when they hit, guess what? They go back up. And you already hit this. I'll just say, yeah, you hit the 50% right here, and so it tried to touch down again. But yeah, let's look at this. Because your candle, you got into that 50% and around here. We draw this out immediately once it starts to curve over. We went over this in the previous video, as I recall this. So you maxed out at a 10%, maybe a 7% here or a 10% based upon this entry level. Okay, and that was a kind of a level of 100. It could be 1,000. It could be 200 or 2,000. It could just be something with enough. Our idea is to keep enough cash on the. You always need that reserve in the tanks, guys. You always need the reserve in the tank at the lower levels. Okay, and we kind of bring over this amount from the previous zones here, and you guys can watch that investing. How to invest, how to buy into the market. Big video, a lot of calculations. I don't want to go through all the calculations right now. You guys understand our investment approach is just more a double down and triple down, a heavyweight approach as you get into the lower levels, making sure that you capitalize and you achieve a lower cost basis. That's a cost per coin. Okay, that's a financial term. It's just a cost per coin or a cost per stock, cost per unit. Cost basis is lower. That way you get more volume, okay? And I do this just to represent a more volume across the breadth of the volume that you have is bigger. So that's what we want. That's what we're looking at. I'm going to go ahead and bring up this stream on my Lenovo kind of Yoga A12. If you guys have never seen a Yoga A12, I think you will like it. I'm not sure if they have a recent kind of version of the Yoga. What is it? The Lenovo A12. It's kind of the precursor to Microsoft the Windows. What are those? The Surface tablets. It's kind of nice. You got to like that. The Lenovo. Interested in the tech you guys have too. You know what? We need to form on the Discord. We need to form a technology channel. Let's get into a technology channel. And in fact, I'm going to form that right now just so I don't forget that. This is the server, and we have people that are kind of into this. So let's do a chat room on. Let's do another text channel, and let's do technology hardware. Let's do technology hardware ideas. Let's just do hardware ideas. Okay, that's just what we're going to do. Let's just do technology. Hardware. How about technology and computers? How about that? That's real great. I'm going to just go ahead and do that and create the channel. Okay, now you guys have a technology and computers section, which is in one of these. It's a different channel for you to communicate whatever kind of computers you use. Go ahead and discuss that with each other. And like that Lenovo A12 I just brought to you. I've had that for a while. It's really smooth. It's got a nice glass surface on it. And it's really nice to interact with. So you guys can interact there. Also mining and rigging. Some of you guys are getting into mining. That's really nice. Some of our alpha traders are doing very well. If you look at the at this. Hey, we have a notification. Maybe we have a new follower. Well, they like a tweet. Well, we have the 214. Now we have Henry Paba. Hey, Henry Paba, how are you? We appreciate you following us. Welcome to the Crypto Kingdom. This is London, and we try and bring you the most accurate information in a timely manner so that you can maximize your gains. That is the purpose of this channel, and we do that to people worldwide. I don't know anyone else who's bringing up pricing targets. I don't know anyone else who's mentioning it like at the 23.6% retracement. It's at literally 31 cents. Okay, that's a nice area to pepper in some investments. At the 38.2, the 30, that's a 38.2% retracement. That's at 30 cents. It's nice, kind of 30 and 1/10 cents. It's kind of nice to maybe double down from that area in and above from that red zone. Once you cross that threshold, and the 50%, the 50% retracement, which is about 29 and 39 100s. That's another place to kind of triple down. We do that to triple down and double down, and to continue to keep heavier amounts of cash at the lower level. And guys, you have to understand, you have to do the equations. Look at that video, the buy-in video, because you'll recognize we always have amounts of money available at lower levels. Okay. You have amounts of money available as kind of insurance at the lower level so you don't run out of cash. And you'll find if you enter into lighter trades, I've found with other people, they're like, yeah, I got in at a lighter amount and it's still good. I still made money. Yeah, if you put in like 50 to 100 bucks and you're still, not that you don't need to make any money in a positive market, you'll still get to where, now we got into this recently. The total is 2,400 invested, or that may be 24,000 invested when it hit this golden pocket, guys. So yeah, in the terms of what all you have available, it's just an idea, guys. It could be 2.4 million for all the example cares to express. But do understand that it's an example that we use because we think it's a fundamentally well-structured idea, a well-structured we've captured a good, well-structured concept and strategy for kind of a tactical strategy for investing. Okay, and that's in line with a lot of the big heavy players in the street and in the market. So as we look at them, we want to adopt, just like we want the Mavericks and we want Tesla to adopt Dogecoin. Well, I'm adopting this strategy, this investment strategy for some other people, and I'm communicating that to you because it's been very effective for them and it's been very effective for you. So I wouldn't continue to discuss this if it weren't very effective for people that are involved in the community and for people that have communicated it to us and other people from outside of the community. That's just the truth. And if you have a better strategy, we would love to hear your strategy. We're not like solo. This is our way or the highway. I have a long history of studying technical analysis, guys, from high school. For some reason, I was into technical analysis. Always loved the market. I won a competition when I was younger and had to do with stocks, and I was awarded some stock when I was younger, like young, young guys, and that had an impact on me. And I've just always loved the stock market, so I've been involved in just kind of personal private investments, etc. I did form my own hedge fund. Was offered a job by Morgan Stanley Smith Barney at the time, and I turned them down. I worked as a consultant internationally for the major partners of kind of the top consulting firm in the world. I've been kind of the lead investment analyst over like a $1 billion equity fund. Okay, so I've had to do precision calculations. I've had to do that. Was when I was across the aisle from we were across the table from Harvard during the time when they were having some of their gangbuster returns. So I've had to be, I've done the 10K reports, the 14K. I've done all types of, from voting rights on a public entity to the return calculations or the publications dealing with mergers and acquisitions for an international, let's say publicly traded stock. I'll say that. Yeah, I've done that before. That's part of what I can bring to the table and the analytics that I can bring to the table. So when I talk about this strategy, guys, I do know who some of the top players are in the world. I'm able to follow them like you guys are, and I can communicate their strategy kind of to a group in the dynamic of also inviting in your input. If you disagree with their strategy or how it's been modified at all, in terms of them modifying it recently, etc. We do know that, like, even recently that, like, and I'm not representing the strategy as belonging to the Doge father, to Elon, but guys, check this out. We're talking about buying and selling, right? Everyone was like, oh, you're talking about doing that to Bitcoin, or you shouldn't talk about it, doing that to Dogecoin. Who talked about that? Elon talked about that. You guys remember that, right? Yeah, within the last week or week and a half. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, he talked about the fact that Tesla, just to quote unquote test liquidity, went ahead and sheltered out and filtered out some of their holdings. Yeah, so this is a buy and sell kind of crowd, guys. We step up to the plate and realize this is a market. Things change hands in a market at different values. So we're willing to play that. We're willing to get involved in that. And just my experience is just that's what I can bring to the table, guys. It's just a level of accuracy, I'd say at this point, in terms of you can read this right here. Not financial advice. I don't like to repeat that ad nauseum. I just stick it on the screen now. You guys do what you want to with it. Delete it. Cover it up with your fingers if you want to. That's not my choice. It's there. But that's the level of financial professionalism I do bring to the table. And I put financial analyst, former presidential advisor, etc. on the Twitter that you guys can read into and make the assumptions that you will. My history speaks for itself, and so do yours. You guys are some very, very phenomenally successful and interesting people. We have a history section in our Discord chat. You'll see the link there on the top of the chat room now. Go ahead and hit the like button up, the thumb up, if you guys are new and you haven't been here the whole time. If you just entered into the room, that'll let me know kind of what has been covered or what needs to be covered, what kind of information we can go over. It may relate to some other things with Bitcoin or some other coins to drive the market right now. That's how we started off, kind of a pre-launch party. So go ahead and hit that thumb up if you're new. That just is a way of you communicating with me that you are new and you'd like to go over some of that information. So I would appreciate that. It'll let you get some new content. Also, if you do like this video and you'd like more videos like this and a stream that pertains to Doge, I'm not sure how many there are, if any, that are going through pricing targets and some different ideas like that. So I would appreciate that very much as we kind of push through and get to the point where everyone wants to watch when everything's crumbling. I'll tell you guys, the biggest views we have, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that watch when everything's crumbling. It's like, well, everything's about to go really well. We have a good sentiment right now. Where are all the people? Maybe you're at work. Maybe you're, I guess everyone, even if you're at work, maybe I guess it's funny. People will take time out of work in their ordinary scheduled day. They'll literally get into like, oh, I have to go watch this. I have to go watch what's going on. So it's interesting. We think it's just fear generated, but it becomes a priority because your money's involved. That's one of the things that you look at. So that's one of the things we always experience on the channel. So we appreciate the international player. Guys, drop in where you're from. What country are you from in the chat right now? I'd like to see what country you're coming from and represent your country. That'll be logged in, and we will make a list of where everyone's from. So let's look into that. That's exciting, and we look forward to that. Seeing where you're from in the world. We got a dynamic international breadth of our group right now. Community. Literally, I think we're essentially 24 hours. Okay, we've got people from Russia, from I think Estonia, from Latvia, from China, from India, from United States, Canada, from South America. We've got people from all over. So it's a nice crowd here at the Krypto Kingdom, and we appreciate that. People will filter in through the YouTube chat room over into the Discord or the Twitter. Also, the Twitter is real easy, guys. Just type in the Kingdom. I do this all the time, but I want you to know because it's hard to find us. The Kingdom, okay, just like the Kingdom. Right there, go all the way, scroll to the bottom, click on Go to the Kingdom, all right? You click on Go to the Kingdom, you'll find us, and just click on Follow. Turn on notifications. We do bring you guys, we bring you all kinds of pricing charts like this. This is some nice stuff, guys. I spend time on this. These are my specific pricing targets that we have hit and been involved in with the channel in terms of discussing, etc. This is some good stuff in terms of the head and shoulders. Guys, before Bitcoin, okay, I was the first guy to kind of bring this up on the internet. Before Bitcoin, I brought up this channel breakout too, okay? I said, no, this is just kind of a sideways channel. Everyone said, no, it's triangulation. I don't like the triangulation. I said that. And, but yeah, Bitcoin update, massively dangerous and bullish, inverse head and shoulders, question mark. So yeah, we brought this up before kind of the masses jumped on with it, and we're fine. We're happy to be able to do that. I've worked and been on some demand schedules with some CEOs of major corporations, multi-billion-dollar concerns, multi-billion-dollar concerns. So that's we're into kind of the same line of work. A lot of us have economics degrees and have worked in finance, so that's cool. We got a good crew. We're happy, so we appreciate you guys being a part of this. So that's the inverse head and shoulders, which we then saw, and just pay attention, I guess, to this, because then we saw after we brought that up to you, and I just bring this up because we brought this inverse head and shoulders up here, right? It had not gone up, right? It had not confirmed that. We brought this up in the green dotted line. It looked like it was that necessary reversal identified. That's what we need to see, is that necessary reversal identified. And what did we see? Sure enough, we saw the necessary reversal take effect, and bam. Okay, so we're bringing it to you before that reversal really comes into play. Looks like we've adjusted our image here. Let's go back to the line chart. I wonder if you guys can see that a little better. Maybe let me scroll back down to this is a little bit finicky. It's the trading view. It's the premium package. It's a couple $100 a year. If you guys don't have it, that's okay. You can just watch our stream and you can get kind of your updates. But as we see this, we brought you that in the Twitter. We brought you that before this we accelerated up, and we said necessary reversal identified right in here. So what happened? Well, we identified it, and sure enough, we got that necessary reversal. So that's phenomenal. We saw this coming before I think most people did. That's the accuracy and the information that you'll receive when you subscribe. And I know you guys know that because you're subscribed. So thank you guys. We have 5,000 subscribers. 5,140. So that's really nice. I appreciate you guys subscribing, and thanks so much for your loyalty. You guys, we do a lot of streams. Sometimes we'll just dig in and we'll say, let's do a stream. Okay, we'll just do that just because I feel kind of a duty. Like every day I want to kind of give you guys something. This one here, how to buy into crypto without overpaying. Guys, that's a big video, huh? It's 911 views. Just mark this, guys, because that's a key video to watch. A lot of mathematics involved, a lot of different discussions, and I think you'll really enjoy that. It's really an important video as you structure out your thinking, guys, as you structure out how to buy low and sell high. This video, how to buy into crypto without overpaying, which should be underneath our video section. Guys, that's a key video in terms of the overall strategy. I think you'll get a lot out of it. It's going to be a little heavy on the mathematics. I don't get into that all the time, but I think you'll really enjoy this video. We appreciate you guys being a loyal subscriber, turning on notifications, and yeah, we may do some private streams and some memberships and stuff like that. We'll be putting a little bit more resources into the channel here in the next few weeks, so you guys should enjoy that. You're helping build it, so why shouldn't we continue to reinforce you guys your loyalty? I think that's a good thing. We don't want to grow too quickly. That's the one thing. We want to make sure we understand YouTube. That's a big thing for me. I want to make sure that we understand YouTube and that YouTube kind of understands us, and that we're not involved in anything that you know, with groupies, the wrong kind of groupies or anything like that. These are very emotionally driven crowds in terms of what they attract, etc. But everything's been pretty fine thus far. I want to tell you guys, in terms of the crypto experience, it's been okay, and that's not always expected. You guys are kind of wondering, well, what is crypto like, or maybe you have to experience that or explain it to friends. That's okay, guys. It's been a good experience for us. You always have to be careful on the internet. I always say that with your own personal information, everything that goes on. Always be careful on the internet. Guard your confidentiality and your protect who you are. Protect yourself at all times. Kind of like you're in the boxing ring. You guys know that. So let's look at where you guys are from. I'd like to see where Jersey. We got. I'm going to do some shout outs. I have to at this point. We have Wisdom Wise, USA, Jersey. We have Benny Chavez from USA. ALB, is that Albania? Not sure. The country of Manhattan. What's up, PSP 87? Nice to see that. Nined Markovic. Hey, Canada. What's up? Enrique Hernandez, USA, and Cali. What's up? What's up? Cali in the house. Nell R, USA. Lyle, Australia. What's up, brother? Fib advice, not financial advice. It's Fibonacci advice. I like that. It's the program. That's James Bond in the house. He's an Aussie. All right. So greatness there. And yeah, it's nice to see where you guys are from. What a great group you guys have. And yeah, Doge. What's up? Zaidi Zachariah. What's up, Zaidi? Where are you from, Zaidi? I'd like to know where you guys are from. If you're new to the chat, hit the thumbs up, the like button. That will help us get out these additional updates, kind of these crucial updates on what's going on right now, and that means a lot to the in terms of kind of our algorithm that we put together. So Dogecoin, we are looking for a launch, all right? We are not playing around. We are not going to dabble. We are going to be aggressive in terms of our strategy. Watch that video, guys. Watch the video, okay, how to buy into crypto without overpaying. That's on our Krypto Kingdom, crypto with a K, Krypto Kingdom with a K. So we are looking for a breakout. We went through a retracement period, and guys, it took a few days to accomplish what most people accomplish in like a month, all right? So it's accomplished that retracement. It's already been through that challenge, and that's just a big deal, guys. You can watch that video on how to buy into crypto. It will explain everything that kind of has gone on in terms of this price action. We want to see the price action by this interval. I'm going to move these. This is the 1x, 2x, 3x, 1x, 2x, 6x, 18x, and 54x. You guys who watch that video, you'll understand we have alpha traders. Yeah, we have people involved in investing big time. So you guys are a great group. We appreciate that very much. It's not all like, you know, what do you call it? It's not all lights, camera, action here. It's not all, you know, that the stage. It's a lot of the good stuff and people who are really involved. This is the price action. If we're to kind of just go ahead and represent what's gone on with the peaks and the valleys, okay, that's the price action that we've experienced thus far. It's maintained from this level. It's maintained a real kind of strong approach to the upside, and it has since hitting that golden pocket. It looks like it's recovering in strength. Now today, guys, today is the notion that Bitcoin has put on about $3,500 to its price. It's put on about 648, almost 7% gain, definitely about 6.5% gain. All right, that's nice. Now, what do we want to see? We want to see Dogecoin outperforming Bitcoin for sure. I mean, Dogecoin is a more flexible kind of. It's a more agile asset, guys. We want to see it continue to go up. So we would expect, as Bitcoin is up 6%, well, it's time for Dogecoin to start kicking it up. I would anticipate that's being scheduled. At some point, I bet those market makers are planning something up exciting for you Dogecoin crowd. I just think that, guys. Now, there can always be a meltdown, but I'm just going to assume positive things. You watch that How to Invest video, and you're going to get the full specter of any kind of a rational approach. Don't worry about that. How to buy into crypto without overpaying. You watch that video, and you'll realize why I'm speaking so freely right now, because I can. That video frees me up a lot to say a lot of things that I'm excited about just without qualification, guys. I want to see this price going up. I want to see us hit 50% here. Okay, and there you go, right on the money, right there. I want to see that. Before I even drew it, I want to see that 50% rise in price. Okay, that's what I want to see, a 50% rise in price up to something around that 45 level again. If it wants to stutter step in around there, retrace for a second, bam, I want to see us conquer this 54-cent mark and hit another. Yeah, exactly right, guys. I draw this out by like instinct, and yeah, what's the measurement here on this one? About 50%, 51%. So I want to see a couple gains like that thrown back to back like we saw earlier on, and I want us to kind of crank out of this channel. That's what I'm anticipating. If Bitcoin's going to have a good day, I want Dogecoin to have a good day. I want us to have a good week if Bitcoin has a good week, and history shows us we were up 400%. Okay, and same with Harmony One, your other coins, you were up 20x. So yeah, there should be a phenomenal multiplicity or an exponential level of gain in these instruments. That's what we would kind of reasonably expect. That's the whole idea and the whole notion, guys. The whole notion of what I'm gonna call what would we say? It's the whole notion of what we're trying to capitalize in being involved in altcoins. Okay, as opposed to just strictly Bitcoins. And a lot of us have a Bitcoin position. You guys know that. A lot of us will have a Bitcoin position, and that's fine. And then in addition to, we're trying to capitalize in this sphere, in this entire kind of, throughout this, we're trying to find the best entry and exit points to capitalize on something that's going up and multiplying people's money by 10 and 20. It's fun, guys. It's what we choose to do. It's literally what we choose to do. So that's why we're in the market, is to capitalize on that alpha. Okay, now alpha is the percentage by which you're able to beat the market. Okay, if you can achieve let's say if you can achieve a 60% and the market only went up by 30%, that's your alpha, the amount by which you're able to beat the market. Okay, we focus on alpha. That's part of, in line with the technical analysis, we focus on alpha. All right, so we have alpha traders, okay, in our Discord. That link's in the chat, but that's what we focus on. Why? Because we want to beat the market. We think we can. We have a good, and guys, go ahead and just look. If you watch through some of our videos, you will be very certain that, yeah, we're pulling out the pricing targets on a consistent level, 50, 60%, while you're going sideways. Literally, guys, while you're going sideways from here to here, we made, the trades, I'll just say the right trades will literally make, as this, this line, it's like, well, you just went sideways. If you just bought in here, you're back to even with where you're at right now. Wrong. If you trade that, you can make the full amount of the 400% or greater in and along these areas. You'll have to watch the videos. You'll have to stay tuned. But that's the truth, guys. That's what we try and accomplish. That's the alpha. So as we look at, and that alpha is just the percentage by which we're able to beat the market. That means we have to sell when it's high. We have to buy when it's low. Real easy. That's the whole market dynamic, guys. And Elon, okay, I'm bringing this up. Elon is doing what? Elon is buying and selling his Bitcoin. That's a corporate interest. They're out to make money. That's what they do. That's why they're formed, okay, is to make money. So it's nice for them to hold everything. It's also nice to see them kind of exercise and flex that muscle. They want to trade a little bit, like, yeah, become alpha traders with us. We have a few select guys that have chosen to participate in that. And shout out to all you guys from Kenny Crypto. That's Kenny Crypto with a K, just like the Krypto Kingdom, Crypto with a K, to Kent and to Bianquita. We're going to shout out also to our entire team with the moderators, to James Bond and company, Red Raider. And a lot of condolence and shout out to Red Raider. Brother, our prayers are with you. And to everyone else who's been through any kind of a hard time recently. That's why we're here, guys. We're a good community, and we'd like to be supportive like that. So much love to all you guys, and specifically to you, Red Raider. We're thinking about you today, brother. Back onto kind of the overall aspect here. Someone did ask about the investment, getting back to business, the business, and we always try and support, guys. I tell everybody in the crew and everything else. You guys need anything going on? That's the kind of group that we have. It's a real unique community, And I just say that with all the heartfelt sentiment and sincerity. You guys know that who are involved in it. We're a very tight-knit group, guys. It's not the typical, you're not going to get just blasted posts with, popularized. We're not after that. We're not after the numbers. We're after the quality. So those of you who are interested in technical analysis, you're like, yeah, you understand that's why you're here. You're paying attention because it's a kind of a different group to start with. So that's nice. That's nice that we can do that. We can kind of do a frequency basis here if we get a little bit more technical on things. And again, it's not just, hey, Dogecoin's going to the moon, that's it. No, we like the technicals, okay? The technicals are showing a rebound after the retracement was initiated, okay? That retracement is, again, just the measurement from the low to the high, which we've done on a Fibonacci. And as it's retraced, it's hit that golden pocket. We can bring back over the Fibonacci. We can draw one in literally 2 seconds, right? We're very careful about how we draw these. I mean, we are literally careful. We have a technique down, and we don't miss, guys. Bam, 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 bam. That gives us our pricing targets, okay? Those pricing targets are where we enter into potentially heavier at higher amounts of cash to capitalize on the lower price position as it goes through this normal pricing dynamic. Okay, so that sounds complicated, but that's trading, guys. That's just trading. So we focus on trading all day long. This is the channel for trading. That's what we do, okay? And we have our own approach. And there's 5,000 subscribers. We can't be completely wrong. That's just recently it's kind of blown up to that. And we have different streams that are a little bit more, kind of just generalized in terms of you guys like to hear that approach. I know you do, the double and the triple down. You like to hear that at the different levels. I just know you do. We've been through that. So you guys need that reinforcement, I think. I'm just going to point you out to definitely looking at this, how to buy into crypto. It explains all the details that you guys need to go through. I'm not pushing my own tactic or my own strategy here. I'm pushing a strategy that belongs to the biggest players on the street right now, period, okay? So that's what we've been able to deduce and derive from what they're doing. We do believe in technical analysis. I have a strong background in technical analysis, self-trained like a son of a gun. In high school, I just carried around the big books, kind of the Wall Street Trader's Manual. I just carried that around. Was offered a position at Morgan Stanley as a stockbroker. Said no. Wound up at some point thereafter opening up my own private hedge fund, and I just enjoyed that. Working with who I thought to be the best trader on the street. And wow, what an experience, guys! So that's where I kind of fall into the mix, and that's just me. I believe I can help people who are just starting to get involved in trading for themselves, that are trying to self-train. I think I can kind of help and expedite that process, or maybe at least you can learn from some of my mistakes. What would I be doing if I couldn't help you guys out? Because I started off as a youngster at 1.2. You guys are maybe average age 25 to 30. I don't know where you're at, 22 to 35 maybe, average age. Hey, I've been there, guys. I've loved the market and not known what to do, not been able to get out of a trade when I'm in the money. Those are the things that I remember. And if I could have had someone that along the way was literally sitting there and saying, this is kind of the approach, you buy low, sell high, or walking through the trades, man, I would have been all over that when I was younger. So that's a positive thing that we want to look at. In terms of Dogecoin, it has retraced that crucial golden ratio 61.8. Okay, and that's just 61.8% of the retracement from the low, the start of this trend, up to the top, down to the 61.8%, okay? And we're on the line chart. We draw this on the line chart, and we've made some assumptions along the way and gotten very detailed with the trading on this to try and maximize our gains. That's our goal, is to maximize these gains. Since that time, you're up about 50% on the trade. That's phenomenal, guys. I don't know other stations that were doing an entry spot on, like an entry for Dogecoin, like a heavy entry for Dogecoin, and telling people more heavyweight cash towards the down levels, double and triple down. Why? Because people wanted to invest here. I had people asking me if they wanted to invest here, and I'm like, honestly, I mean, can you just watch a video to maybe think about it, investing more at a lower level? I don't just think about it. I mean, it's an option, it's an opinion, it's a strategy. I have an economics degree. Maybe at a lower level, you want to operate in line with the demand curve, which means more investment at a lower level. Okay, more investment at a lower level, right? So we double and triple down at these different tiers to make sure that people are more invested at a heavier level on the downside. Okay, as the price drops. That's just in line with my economics degrees and my certifications and markets, etc. That's what I'm trained in, guys. That's my level of That's kind of my level of training. Duke University, I'll just say it. Duke University gave me the market certification and the degree in economics. So if I can't bring together something in terms of a rationale, in addition to my experience, I don't know what all we're doing. So I know I can do that. I had to do that for years and to perform like that. So let's look at the overall. It looks like some of the coins are doing really well right now. Again, what we're going to see, I'm going to go ahead and call this, because we're going to see Dogecoin kind of flirting around with just being up 2-3%, kind of hanging out, not doing much. Okay, that's just going to happen. And then what's going to happen? Dogecoin is going to probably erupt. We are going to just hope that Dogecoin literally launches through the stratosphere. It's going to let go its rocket boosters. It's going to go up, and it's literally going to, we hope, escape gravity. If it can escape gravity, and we just watch that price at some point, just literally just taking off in terms of an acceleration, that's going to be phenomenal. Acceleration of price, there is a technical term for that, guys. It's called the acceleration of the price. It's the vertical movement that's accomplished within a restricted period of time. So a high velocity, let's say velocity, okay? The acceleration of the velocity is the vertical distance that's going to be moved within a period of time, okay? So that's what we'd like to see. We'd like to see a high velocity event of the price action to the upside, and we just hope within this next parameter here, within this next cycle here, we would kind of hope that we would see, if this is kind of a low that's been established, a low, okay, to a low, a new low, okay? A low to a higher low. We're going to try and hold that, and we're going to hope that on this Fibonacci time sequence, guys, it's just a real fancy way for saying a time period. We're going to hope from this new higher low, which is established from here to here, after this higher high, right? We're going to hope that we're going to have a new higher low, and maybe even before them, but a higher low, just like we had the multiple, say a low to a higher low. We want another higher low here. Okay, we may, on this period interval, we may reach a high. Okay, so sometimes these will double up. These pivots like to follow. They like to follow kind of in the same interval. And I think that we've reached kind of a reset for this, where we can call like the pivot. We went from in the middle of the period from a high to kind of an interim low. We went to a high to an interim. Maybe we have another interim low, or we have maybe another interim low and another high. So we're going to need to see that. And I want to see it walk up that staircase in terms of the positive price action and escape this barrier of 42 to 45 cents. I want to see it escape that barrier of 42 to 45 so that we can travel on up to kind of the next level I have written out as like a 54. And I may want to dinker around at 50 for a minute, and 55. Essentially is going to be like kind of a big psychological level to get through. So we can draw out the, you guys want to draw out the extensions? We can do that right now. Let's draw out some extensions. All right, let's try and do some extensions. Let's do that right there. All right, we don't always do this. Let's just get into Fibonacci extensions. Now, Fibonacci extensions are going to be kind of the opposite of retracements, okay? They're going to tell you, based upon the price action, where is something reasonably going to go up to. We're looking at, it's going to kind of look complicated. We're going to want to probably zoom in and take a closer look at this to identify some different levels that are reasonable, okay? And we can identify that same 61.8 to 65%, kind of that golden pocket on the upside, guys. We can identify that as the 48 right now. That's nice. That's nice. The 48, that's pretty beautiful. Again, as we're looking up to that next level up, we're looking at that, the double on this would be at about that 54, and I have that 54 scheduled up, so that's just in line with the extensions. You wonder, well, how'd you come up with that figure? You made that figure up. No, that's in line. That's the double, okay? That's the 2, the factor of 2, the 54 cents, 54 and 49/100ths of a cent is that double, okay? If I move this down in here, it's just that level right there that is already kind of predetermined, predefined there. So we like that. That's an extension, guys. It's the Fibonacci in reverse, or Fibonacci to the upside. The same kind of pattern execution there that we're looking at. And yeah, that's just kind of where we're at on these. And yeah, so that's how extensions work. You want to draw them from the kind of the base of a price action to the peak, down to the base again. And we can, we can get out the scalpel. I always bring that up. You want to get the scalpel out. Let's get exactly with this, exactly how we are on this. And then you can get into the exact candle work. You can get into all these details. If you hold down your control key, someone was nice enough to pull us up some hotkeys, and hold down the control key, you'll turn on that magnetism, and things will be a little bit easier. Let's see, as we look into this, you guys will start to appreciate, we've done this before, but it bears repeating, we're going to have a launch party, so we can't do it without being technical, right? We can't do it without understanding where these sequences are and kind of what we stand to gain here. So let's look at the upside of this. After this retracement, where could we be going? All right, well, where we could be going is to any of these predefined, and let's go ahead and look at these on the right. I'm going to right click on this, click settings, I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom, I'm going to go from the left, and I'm going to click to the right, okay? That's going to give me the settings. I've pulled over all these figures here to the right, okay? So these, based upon this recent price move to the up and to the, let's say to the upside and then to the downside, this retracement that was gone through on this previous interval, we can kind of say just based on the previous action, we would like to see something in line with maybe in around this, we can get all the way up to 56, 53, 51, okay, this 47, this 42, the 40 or the 37. So all of these become kind of pertinent, and they can be adjusted depending upon how much time we want to spend. I've spent a lot of time in the past bringing these up. The extensions again are going to be, and yeah, we need to slightly adjust this. Now as we bring this down to this level, it's going to adjust that up. As we bring this up, okay, it's going to bring it up more. So you need to be careful what time frame you're on. So this gets to where it's very precise work, and you want to lock it on. We just locked it on. Sometimes the fib extensions are not perfect. You need to spend a little extra time as you're looking at how to gauge out of your trades. Okay, it's a highly precise, I'd say, endeavor that requires most of the time you to pay attention to your trades and to the velocity of something, or you just want to click in and kick a good 10 or 20% or maybe a 30 or 40%, depending upon what type of trade you're involved in. If it's golden pockets all the way across and you feel like they're going to hit for 30 or 4%, 30 to 40%, and you want to schedule up 5 or 6 of them in a row with decent amounts of cash, and that's your approach, that's great. Finding that group to interact with where you can find that stuff is kind of crucial. That's why we are involved with each other and kind of really support each other as a community. We have a trading community, guys. That's what we do. We have alpha traders. You guys are dedicated to the process. Shout out to Bianca, to Kenny Crypto, and to Kent. You guys are doing a great job, a phenomenal job. And they're kind of the leaders of our community kind of internally that are just putting together good things, and they're just very robust in terms of their knowledge and ability to apply. In terms of their willingness to learn, let's look at these fibs again. Now, what does it tell us on the upside? Okay, on the upside, it's going to tell us, it's going to give us the entire schedule of the Fibonacci extensions. Again, under or above those retracements, you'll see the extensions, right? So in and along this level here, we're looking at just kind of what can occur, okay? You're kind of straddled in along this 618 right now. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so, guys. You talk about, well, what effect did Elon have? Well, he pumped up the price. He did a tweet the other night. He sure did. And what did that do? Oddly enough, guys, that brought you up to the 618. Okay, that's kind of the golden pocket, and I'm going to say the precursor because there's another level above that you can get up to. But yeah, that brought you up to kind of the key golden ratio just within this dynamic. Now, you still haven't recovered up and above this. We'd like to breach that. We'd like to go up above that apex or the peak there. We'd like to go up in excess of that. But right now, that tweet, as odd as it sounds, okay, that social kind of manifestation and the impact on price, which people just believe is completely random. People do press releases, excuse me, all the time in the market, so it's very much in tune with the psychology of things. It's hard to imagine that Fibonacci would be impartial, I guess, to phenomenon like news events or people doing social tweets or something. It stands by, it remains. So as we see the consolidation exactly upon that 618 level, guys, it's just straddling that. It's just beautiful. It's a nice level to have achieved with that most recent action by the team, by the Doge father. That's very nice. As we look up into the different levels, I'm just going to give you the different levels and the percentages, the probability that there will be trading behavior before you get there to those levels is large. Thus, we focus on these micro events, and we see how to capitalize at a 20% or 50% or 30% level throughout the duration of this. This is the standard kind of approach to investing. Okay, so that's just what we like to discuss. That's just what we like to do. So we kind of have a club. I don't know, a club. What do you call it? We have a community. We have a very nice community. International community, we like to say that. So the 786 will be at the 33 cents. That's kind of the next level up. 33 cents, all right? At the 1 retracement level, you're going to be at 37 cents, all right? You're currently at 31 cents. You'd be up to that 37 cents. That's nice. Then at the 1.27, okay, percent, and that's of the essentially of the gain factor, the extension of the Fibonacci extension, you're going to be at 42 cents. Then that critical 1.41 is going to be at the 44. It's critical because that's our previous high is 45 cents. Okay, then I'd really like to get up here, guys. Wouldn't that be nice? Just get on up here to the 48029, and we've drawn this. We may redraw a little bit, but just for today, I want to tuck this as the 54 You guys want to tuck this to the 48? I mean, the more reasonable you want to become here. It's just a matter of how long you want to trade or how much you want to trade in the interim. The fact that you have achieved this right here through like a happenstance of something which is a random tweet, I think it's very crucial that you've been able to solidify along this 61.8% kind of retracement. So we might want to just leave this right here. That's kind of our, I don't want it to be a barrier, but we have to break through that. It'll be very exciting when we do break through that line, and I'll bring it actually up to the 45. Okay, I want to bring that up to the 45 because that's the level that we got to, which is a crucial level. We'll just tuck it in right here. And that was the level that, yeah, things did get to the 45. We need to kind of crank through that to reestablish a new high. Until we can get there, you know, I don't want to just watch, sorry about that, I don't want to watch Bitcoin continue to do extremely well, and these others do very well. It would be abnormal for Dogecoin to just sit here and wait. So that's not really been the history of Dogecoin. It's done very well as Bitcoin's done well. So, you know, we would anticipate it to continue to do very well. And it may slingshot here in a little while. I'll be like, yep, we had the pre-launch party. I'm anticipating some really great news, guys. This is a pre-launch party. Okay, I'm throwing a pre-launch party for a reason. It hasn't launched yet, right? So it's like, well, how do you know it's going to do well? Well, you know, I'll pinch myself. We're not dreaming, right? Because what's going on, it's like, well, it's not behaving properly. Like, what's going on? Well, we're going to throw a pre-launch party. This is like the contingent. We're going to throw a pre-launch party. So we're going to get the Doge father, Elon, kind of involved in things. And yeah, you guys follow our Twitter. I'd like if you guys would follow our Twitter very much. We have a great, you know, crew there. And we do spaces. We do all types of group talks. That's one feature on Twitter. You guys will like it. It's really cool. We're able to like talk to a bunch of people on Twitter. It's very smooth. You guys will love it. It's really cool. So that you talk about investments, talk about anything. The Kingdom, type that in, the Kingdom, and click go to the Kingdom on the bottom. Hit that scroll, go to the Kingdom, click on follow, and turn on notifications, and we'll bring you all these cool things, and you guys will see, yeah, we brought you the Head and Shoulders like way, okay, before other people brought that to you, okay? Bitcoin update, massively dangerous and bullish, inverse Head and Shoulders, not financial advice, right? We brought that to you way before it even started to go up at all, right? Or before other people were talking about it. We're kind of the leader on who's coming up with these good ideas first. We like to target that. It's just due to our experience. And we're not real loud and out there. I'm not advertising anything. So it's just between us, a kind of small group. So before this positive price action occurred, we sent that out to you. So that's nice to be right on that. So that's what occurred. That's a big market mover. So yeah, it's going to dictate what happens with things like Dogecoin. So pre-launch party, because we have not launched yet. So I have the rocket on standby. I'll also have one on standby. Do I have one for Harmony One? Should we put one on Harmony One? We have one, guys, on Harmony One. So you guys be prepared, all right? It looks like you're stifled up there. You're just wanting to rock it up, okay? I see that. Are you trying to form your own little Head and Shoulders? Almost. It's kind of frustrated a little bit. It's funny, if you would dip down a little bit more, if you weren't so bullish right now, you'd be okay. You'd be willing to form that other little Head and Shoulders, because I don't really like as you start to get off in terms of the formation of the Head and Shoulders. That's what made that that call that we did here. That's what made it really nice on the Bitcoin, is because we called that, and it looks like it's forming very well in terms of having that penetrating kind of, you know, kind of the neckline. They call that the neckline in between the shoulder and the head right there. That's the neckline. That's broken through. That's positive. Now, it can reconsolidate in this area and kind of play around with that neckline. It doesn't necessarily have to just hit the trajectory up. But it's a green day, and Bitcoin's been a little frustrated in the past. Hey, what's up, Nell R? What's up, Nell? Hey, how are you? I like that. I like the green figure. That's so cool, bro. When you guys do fun stuff like that, it's like we get into this, we're just hammering through the details, and you guys know it's like, well, we need something cool. So I appreciate that as an investment in good humor. That N, that's for Nell, that just popped up on the screen. I need to work on all the dynamics of the different. I need to spend some time on this, guys, on the video feed. I'm worried about the technicals, but I know it's a show. You're watching a show, so it needs to be like very well received. You need to understand that. So that was Nell's. Nell, I'll work on the dynamic for you. I think I have that window too small. I don't run like OBS Streamline. I'm just not into tech right now. I used to be a programmer with like a international financial consulting firm. So we worked directly for the partners. We did all their financial reports for all the partners worldwide. You know, we were like the number one on the priorities list for the year. So it was just what it was, and yeah, it wasn't always easy. But yeah, so we'll try and turn on the bells and whistles. Nell has inspired us. Excuse me. We have had I don't know what the weather is like wherever you guys are, but we have this awful this awful storm that just came in today to Texas. I don't know. Texas is weird. Sometimes we'll have, honestly, guys, so you listen, we have had like red Mars dust. I'm not kidding, guys. We had, look it up on the internet. Red Mars dust has hit Texas before. And I don't know, when these rainstorms come in, it's like, what in the world are we, I don't know what goes on, but I just can't breathe. It's like we get inundated with like different stuff. It's just weird. You know, I don't know. I feel like I need to, maybe we need I don't know, like an environmental sanitation crew or something. I guess maybe we need an environmental sanitation crew. That's okay. Like a cleanup crowd, cleanup on aisle 1. State of Texas is getting inundated with Mars dust. I don't know what's going on. As we look at this, it could be kind of an inverse head and shoulders. If you guys want to draw that out for your, and are there any Harmony One fans? Put a diamond up in the chat if there's any Harmony One fans. If you're a Doge fan, put a hand up in the crew right now. We probably have 20 to 30 like hardcore traders that are just like, what are we going to do? We're going to go over any other. You guys are just into trading. I know it's like, it's cool if you think we have a good group of like 20 or 30 people sitting around in this, and you think about this, guys. If we have 20, 30, or 50 people, sometimes we have 100 or 200. Some of the people are busy, but if we're just able to be in a room with like 20 or 30 people who are really trading, and we're talking about ideas, and we're communicating, that's pretty cool, guys. It's not so much noise that we can't really function. It's just about the right size. And I have a feeling that things will the way that this works with YouTube, they are going to require kind of additional, some sweat equity. So I'm willing to put in some of that because I think you guys are real cool, and we need to go through, let's see. Yeah, we need to go through that learning curve. We need to go through that. If you're new to the channel, you just tuned in, go ahead and hit the what is that? The thumbs up, the like button if you want more. If you want more, what do you call it? Want more programming for daytime for Harmony One and for Dogecoin. If you just want programming for that, we can adjust the programming however you would like, or with whatever feedback you get. But if you would like that, go ahead and let us know that. That would be great. Now, see, this is why when I say I don't like something, it's not me particularly. But look at this, guys. When I say that I don't like the structuring of something, what has happened here, guys? See the tool that I'm using, and please pay attention to this, guys. This is big. Okay. When I say that I'm not real wild about the structuring of a head and shoulders, okay, that it doesn't really meet the definition. If I get, like on Harmony One, if I get the actual tool out, okay, and if I start to form this is very important, because a lot of times you guys will say, well, do you really know what we're talking about? Yeah, I know exactly, guys. Okay, exactly. Like when I draw it after the fact, look at this, guys. We're not even pulling in this right shoulder. Do you see what a deficit that is? Do you see how the confirmation? Shout out to Nell R. Big thumb up on Nell R. We just want to say shout out to Nell R, because every time I look over the screen, it's like we got Nell R and this cool, happy figure. That's community right there. I love that, huh? That's a cup of coffee, brother. Thank you for that cup of coffee. I appreciate that. That is awesome. You made a difference in my life today. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you're getting the pricing targets. I hope you watch this. Nell, I hope you're watching this, bro. I hope you are literally capable of going through that video. And let's see if this wants to load. Yeah, I hope you're, Nell, that you're able to conquer this how to buy into crypto. Yeah, that's a tough one there. Y'all get into that. You conquer that one. You're probably gonna be okay at trading if you can get through that one. That's some heavy stuff. We're doing light stuff today. It's just some relaxed stuff today. So that's nice. And what we have on the what do we have on? Let me make sure. So yeah, you distracted me also now. That's okay. That's no problem. But we're talking about investments. We're talking about pricing levels. And we're talking about extensions. That's what we're in. If we could divulge back to that. Aside from the weather and the cleanups, etc. So, yeah, and all the sweat equity that YouTube is requiring of us. I just don't know how big the technical trading crowd can be for Dogecoin and for Harmony One. I don't know how many people want pricing targets. I think people want a lot of hype, and they also want to know if things are crashing. So we can try and expand out, but I think some people who want to really, really focus in on trading and really focus in on the different levels, like Doge is a little different crowd. Now it's I think developing in terms of trading. It has some people who follow kind of basic, triangulation or RSI or basic things like that. But no, not really on an accumulation, kind of a heavy, heavyweight approach to getting heavily involved in and really focusing on the accumulation strategies and profiting like this. I don't know anyone else who's using like sophisticated dynamics like Fibonacci's or anything like that. Most of all, they're using like standard indicators. So that's fantastic for us. I'm happy to see that. And yeah, that's just it's confirmation, because we've done a lot of good with that with the trades, and particularly, I mean, guys, I'm just happy because we literally blew the whistle at the tolerance or threshold level. And I'm losing that. Hold on. At the threshold level in and around here, we blew the whistle. It was at the threshold level. Why would you blow the whistle? Because it was at the threshold. It was at the calculative threshold here where we literally could not have gone up too much more. It was just it was maxed out, guys. So when it was maxed out here and then it went down 50%, you betcha I'm happy about the fact we were able to bring that to, multiple people that morning who watched in and tuned in. And so it's a mix for me in terms of being able to bring the content in a kind of energetic level and something that's exciting and good to be engaged with. That's important. For the guys who are getting through to the content, I have to tell you, you're hearing important content. You're hearing important kind of entry and exit levels of pricing, and it's the program, guys. We're generating kind of the levels with the program, the way that they're intended to be computed. I know that because they're hitting. And when they're hitting, that's just a reconfirmation that we're doing the program correctly. So I think all you guys can attest to that. We're looking at the levels of 37 cents, 42 cents, 44, 5, 48. And amongst those levels, getting there's going to be all types of trading opportunities. We can trade the whole time, guys. And that's how we achieve alpha, is we trade those levels. That's what alpha means when I talk about my alpha traders, okay? The alpha traders, the guys who are in session with alpha trading. Guys, that's on the top of the Discord. That's on the top of the chat there. That is the top of the chat. So that's kind of what we're looking at there, et cetera, et cetera. So let's just look at the overall nature of what we're getting into. This one is kind of a pricing target as we look at into the pricing target, and the two is hopefully kind of a next level if we're looking at building kind of a staircase here. And that's just what we're kind of looking at is achieving this positive staircase here, and that's what we want to occur, and we want to be able to capitalize upon that, and we want to be able to maximize our gains and minimize our losses. That's just it. We want to maximize our gains and minimize our losses, and that's just that's the effect of things. Is we want to achieve that. We have that strategy laid out in this video. You guys can go watch that again, how to buy into crypto without overpaying. If you watch that, you'll get a notion of the idea, and I think you'll be sold on kind of one of the key strategies that you can look towards, one of the key strategies that you can enjoy there. So we decided to stream this morning because we think it's a pre-launch party. Other things are kind of launching up, all right? From XRP to Bitcoin Cash, from Harmony One now is up 12%. Let's look at the 12%. Let's see what that looks like. It looks like you're receiving some additional positive price action. You may be trying to go to kind of the next level. That's what we're kind of hoping with Harmony One, that it breaks out. You're breaking out of this channel a little bit. Let's look at the candles on that. And that's nice. That's nice. It's still kind of in the context of having been picked up at this lower level, and you guys are doing a good job. That's nice to see you get picked up in the golden pocket, make that 50%. That's a beautiful trade. So you guys know anything that's a beautiful trade, we are very, very just excited that you guys were able to make that, and that we were honed in on this level for a long time. So a lot of Harmony One guys, hundreds of them have heard of this level before it got hit and got in on the 50% gain. Okay, yes, it's very standard, but I don't know any other channel that's giving pricing targets for people to make 50%. I just don't, and I haven't met one person who's really dealt with the fibs on that re-entry with the double or triple down approach prior to having dealt with our channel. So I know that's brought value to a lot of you guys, because you had cash to get involved there, because we were talking about being more heavily involved at the lower levels with a double or triple down amount of money. I know that for a fact that's been very profitable for a lot of people. I've talked with you, literally, I've talked with you people who have made a killing on that. You made good money with a heavy amount of money, so great job. That's why we're here, guys. That is why we are here. So that's just what we provide, is pricing targets. We give you efficient, accurate information in a timely manner to maximize your gains. That's just it. It's not a general market feel. It's not a general, there's a pattern, there's a channel, this is where this will go. Sometimes we trade a pattern breakout if it's very textbook. But you just saw earlier on the Harmony One why it's not a inverse head and shoulders. The program wouldn't even compute it as a head and shoulders. Okay, so on the Bitcoin, when I pushed that up the other day to you guys, it's because I know the program will support, based upon the pricing structure, a head and shoulders. Okay, in Harmony One it won't. Okay, so it's not that it won't go up, but it's just the fact that it won't support a head and shoulders. You see this area right in here? And this is for example, guys, the level of expertise that needs to be brought into the equation. Some people will just draw out something really simply. Well, you need to put in the actual structure and the framework of the computer program of TradingView, the premium edition, to see whether or not it'll even support a head and shoulders. Some people just draw these out and get real loud and rambunctious. Well, guys, it doesn't even support a head and shoulders. So, as we look at that, it's just you clearly see the neckline in here is just too deep. All right, it's too it's too skewed. There's just not enough action in here, and you're incapable on this right inverse shoulder. Okay, that's key for you guys to understand, to not necessarily trade this out. There's probably another dynamic you can get into. The overall market's doing well. Harmony One, you can find a million other reasons why to get into this trade if you choose to get into it on a foundational level. Just that it's just hit its golden pocket. Okay, it's just hit that it's got a good story, that the fundamentals and the technicals that you just hit. Let's say you just hit the 61.8 to the 65. And that's a key crucial level, and you would expect good things as Bitcoin. It seems to be relatively correlated right now with Bitcoin. So as the price goes up in Bitcoin, and look at Bitcoin, it's doing very well. It's starting to enter into what? It's starting to enter into that consolidation pattern. The consolidation pattern that we brought up, guys. We have discussed that, and that's what we're starting to see. So that's a phenomenal deal. That's something that we're very excited about. I'm going to look into what do we want to bring up. Probably this little thing that looks kind of like a scuba mask. Okay, that's what I was looking for, because I would expect this, like I said earlier on, I would expect this to go into some sort of a consolidated pattern. Okay, to go into some sort of a channel here. Why? Because I would think that it would, and it's going to be a little bit more spread out than that, but I would anticipate that it's going to be, now it may stutter step and it may decide just to skyrocket, guys. It can do that. If it does that, it's going to be so exciting for everybody. I wouldn't anticipate that anybody's going to be left in the dust. If you're an altcoin holder or a Dogecoin holder, a Harmony or whatever you're into, I wouldn't anticipate you're going to be left in the dust. But this may take a period of time here, guys. It may be a period of days here that we're going to be looking at this. And I would like to see it, ideally, I would like to see it kind of repeat the pattern over here, just on a kind of an equivalent symmetrical level. That gives some kind of thrust to the notion that maybe it can go up and continue to refollow the same pattern into and exceed the previous high. Okay, that'd be great for the overall market. So we call this head and shoulders because it's supported by the actual it's supported by the actual by the actual information there. So that's really crucial. That's key. And just enjoy that, and enjoy kind of what's going on with Bitcoin. Enjoy the fact that we're having a green day pre-launch party. Just to let you guys know, everything's in the green. You have a lot of concerns that are from Phantom that's up to just look at the change on the board here. We have a lot of you guys are interested in different coins. Pay attention to these. Phantom. You have, I think, Pirate Coin is doing well. What is this? No, XRP or Ripple's doing great. You guys have doubled that from your original position if you entered in after you watched our video. Of course, not financial advice, but if you entered in, that's great. Harmony One's up 10%. Bitcoin's up 5 to 6%. Litecoin's doing well. Fetch, Hot, VeChain, Doge. Doge is about up 4%. Okay, so we would expect Doge to be kind of a front runner and a leader. We would expect that. Matic is having a bad day. Not really. It's kind of bouncing off, a previous kind of a moving average. That it's just it's kind of finding a level of support, and it has to become a little bit more reasonable. I was talking about how the fact this would probably want to retrace a little bit, so that's just reasonable. We expect that, and but you're doing well on Mana. You're up 50% in the last several months. You're doing well on your investments right now, so it's good to see. We expect you to do continually well, hopefully, as we get into these. The additional, if the bull market is not over, everyone's going to be very excited. Okay, we don't want to see a huge swing to the upside with Bitcoin and just a fall through. We believe in kind of the long-term potential of these coins. That's why we're involved in them, and it's achieving long-term potential, guys, because things like Dogecoin are already working into the mix with as is Bitcoin working into the mix with a use application. So from the Dallas Mavericks to the Houston Rockets, these are the types of things that are coming into play that are bringing some real value and some long-term potential to the idea of holding on to or having Dogecoin or having Bitcoin. So this is the whole dynamic. This is the whole evolution that we're going through, is being able to understand that yes, this is a real kind of I say developing market, and really something that we want to look at long term in terms of like a real investment. You're going to be able to use your investment somehow. So that use case is very important. In addition to like a management team or involvement from Elon Musk, etc. That's really positive, and I expect that to only bring additional value to the coin. So as we look at Dogecoin, I'm expecting this to go up into different levels at some point. It may be abbreviated, guys. It may be an attenuated pattern. I'd like to see some sort of a liftoff, though, not just 20%. I'd like to see something a little more dramatic, and it seems like something is kind of in the works. Something's in the planning. With Dogecoin only being up a few percentage, it has a lot more potential than that. I say one has great price action too. We've looked at that, but the thrust of the nature of this is just something that we have gotten used to within a week here. It's hit a lot of key levels. Dogecoin has. We're expecting it to kind of recover more quickly and to show us some better price action than typically what's available in the market. So I'm going to hold by real steady for a second here and say we're going to watch Dogecoin, because I anticipate it's going to continue to leave other people in the dust. That's my thought process. Why? Well, the big reason of it is because I believe in this guy, and I always have, in terms of his ability to structure things. I kind of believe in this guy. And his ability to formulate something, and he's got a great team. They're very sophisticated and professional. They're very intelligent. I believe in from a market intelligence standpoint that he and his crew are going to do some really incredible things, continue to do some really incredible things with Dogecoin. And I'm just going to say that because it's already being accepted. We have a use case. We have him as kind of a management team, and I believe in their ability to do great things. They've already done great things. I've got a lot of friends and people, etc. I'm not going to talk about where I got in, etc., my own trade history with it. But I've mentioned some things in the past in terms of where I became involved, at what levels, etc. But yeah, it's been nice. A lot of people have made a lot of money. I'll just say that. And it's a good opportunity to trade. So we enjoy trading, and let's make this rocket a little bit bigger. We should hold on to this, and that's going to be for the Rocket Man. That's going to be for Elon to kind of help and decide. I'm sure there's a lot of things that are going on around the horn there with Dogecoin. So any other questions you guys have, that'll be great. I'm going to check in with the chat and do a few shout outs. If you guys want a shout out, also follow that Twitter, and I'll give you a shout out on the live feed here. That's no problem. If you want to follow that Twitter, I'll give you a shout out. The Kingdom, just type in The Kingdom, scroll down and go to The Kingdom, and I'd be happy to give you a shout out. Select Go to the Kingdom, and we are The Kingdom. So this is Krypto Kingdom, crypto with a K. I am London. So let's look at what do we have? What do we have? It's a blurry head and shoulders. Yes, it is, Casey. Very, very true. It's being pulled by BTC. That's right, it is. That's right. It resembles the head and shoulders. It is, Casey. It resembles the head and shoulders in Harmony 1, but it's not particularly because you can't draw it on the technical. So it probably has outperformed. I'd say maybe it's outperformed. Interesting, it's outperformed BTC on the head and shoulders, which is why it doesn't really fall in that category. It didn't need that right shoulder. So it's not a failure of the price. It's just a failure of that technical component. And let's see what we have. Let's see. What do we got else in here? Anything else interesting? Subscribe to this channel. There you go. Just subscribe and put on notifications. That's James Bond, always at work. Look at that. Always giving people the Discord. Always doing great work. I do want to bring up, the Discord is a great opportunity for us. It's very professional, guys. We have some very sophisticated investors. And this is kind of like more of a conference call that we have every day. People will get on, they'll get off, but it's just kind of your check-in morning. We have some big investors, guys, that are across the board and some different things. Some very large investors are kind of listening and kind of heeding. I mean, this is some serious money that people are involved in. I have to make it interesting for you to listen to. At the same, I don't want it to be like an infomercial. I don't want it to be like that, but I have to kind of engage you a little bit. As you look at like engaging in some materials, I do want to bring up again, before we kind of move in out of this space and go take on all of our days, that this specific video, and guys, we have 5,150 5,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. That's really phenomenal. We really appreciate all of your attention to things. This video, how to buy into crypto, guys, this video will change the way you invest. If it changes the way you invest, I'd be very excited. I'd be very excited to know that how to buy into crypto video that's on our crypto channel, that may change the way you invest. I would really look forward to that. In terms of that being just a dynamic way for you to change your approach. Make sure you're buying more at low levels. Very easy, guys. Buy more at low levels. That's increase your capital position at lower levels, not higher levels. We don't want to overpay for things. So that's kind of the status here. We're seeing Doge just completely ignore the rest of the pack here. It's just been another day for Doge. So we're expecting that this absolutely we are expecting that this. Let's see what we have. That this rocket will come into play. I'm going to stack it. Boom. right there. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave that rocket. Okay, it may take off before. If it runs into this rocket, if that price runs into this rocket, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. I'm not going to believe it if that hits right into this rocket. I just won't believe it, guys. By this date, I'm just going to say, with the Fibonacci time sequences we've drawn out, I'm going to say it kind of has to do something there. That's not me. That's just the mathematics saying that. I would anticipate that. So. Yeah, guys, Bitcoin's having a great day. It's up 5 to 6%. It's put on 3,200, so it's doing well. Your other coins are all doing well. You guys, hopefully you've entered it at the right prices. If you haven't, you may not be in the money right now. We want to make sure you're in the money. That's the whole idea of getting in the market, okay? When you look at the price of something, just understand this price dictates whether or not you're in the money, right? So you want to make sure you get in at a better price or a good price. You don't go and purposely overpay for something. So it's definitely the most sophisticated level of a market action. And a lot of times you'd be like, well, if you go look for a car, you want to negotiate on the price. Absolutely. 100% you want to get a good price, right? Well, you don't realize you're in the market. The market is the most sophisticated market, in terms of like the activity that goes on and your role to function. All right, as a reasonable participant, yeah, you're going to need to negotiate. You're going to need to set your buy, limit orders, etc. Yeah, I mean, the same way you would negotiate for a car. I mean, absolutely. If you would negotiate for a car, I mean, tell me, this is a very sophisticated market. I mean, this is look at the software that we're using, guys. This is extraordinarily sophisticated. So that's a real true component here of the fact that, in terms of like a prior video, this how to buy into crypto, we'll give you the strategy that the big guys are using. You can apply it or not. It's 100% up to you. We believe it's the best approach. I believe it's the best approach. If you have a better approach and you believe it, you have a better approach, please tell us. I'd be happy to hear it and maybe even feature it if it's a great approach. I'm honest about that, guys. I'd love to feature it if it's better than what the kind of key players are using right now. I'd love to feature that. So we have this next time interval that is from now. I'm going to go ahead and call that. I'm going to say from now it's going to be, what is that? 2 days and 11 hours. So that's going to be Saturday into Sunday into potentially Sunday night. Okay, Sunday night and around Sunday evening. Something can happen before then. We'll see how these others want to pull back after running up. I would anticipate Bitcoin again goes into a consolidation, which will drag things around a little bit. If it decides to consolidate and along here, I would just anticipate that. And I would expect, I would just expect kind of the normal flow of things to kind of occur in here over a period of time. And then I would expect it to, maybe it's going to go up and we have a big event for the whole market. That would be huge, guys, if you can conquer this thing. It's just looking like it wants to. That's why we went ahead and had this pre-launch party. So we have not achieved liftoff yet. We are expecting liftoff to occur. This Harmony 1, you guys are doing well, so congrats on that again. For those of you who got this entry spot, I'm really excited because it looks like you're going to do a good job of recovering in price. We started off as a Harmony channel, so you guys did well and along a lot of these sub areas here. You bought heavily here, so you've done well on that. So everybody's doing pretty well right now. The sentiment is good. I can bring that up to you guys. And let me know in this chat what you guys have. Great community. Yo, Casey, great to hear that, brother. It's a good small, it's kind of like we have a meeting room in the mornings, if you think about it, we have like a powwow in the morning. It's pretty cool if we're able to do that. YouTube is YouTube. It's like, well, 1 million views. I mean, I'm going to sit in the Yankee Stadium and have, we don't have to sit in Yankee Stadium and have a corral meeting. We can have a a nice kind of powwow here with maybe 1,000 that go in and out, etc. If you guys are in here and new, just hit the like button. That'd be nice. I've been trying to get those up just because some people, I guess, don't like things, and if you guys do like things, it'd be nice. That's okay. We have some people that don't like the strategy or don't like other things, or they don't like themselves, unfortunately. So I'm not going to worry about that. The pre-launch party, they may not like the fact that Doge isn't performing right now. I'm not saying it's going to right now. It's crypto pre-launch party. I'm not saying that we're launching now. I don't know if everyone understood that. People may not have understood that. We have 8 people that didn't like it. It's like, no. It's not a launch party. It's a pre-launch party. Did you guys understand that? I hope everybody gets that, right? It's not a launch party yet. It's a pre-launch party. And I guess on that notion, guys, I have to tell you guys, I probably need to go ahead and stop the party. Okay, I'm going to stop the party and shut down the party, because as long as we have the pre-launch party, I guess you guys can figure this in, huh? Yeah, everyone's like, okay, maybe we need to get off the pre-launch party, right? We'll get off the pre-launch party so that you guys can go decide when this thing is going to launch. How about that? And for the record, we will have streamed out and gotten some public interaction with you guys. And we'll decide when this bad boy wants to take off, okay? We will decide when this critter wants to fly up into the stratosphere. And I'm going to say it's coming, right? Something's coming. I can feel it, guys. I can feel something coming. So let's see what the Doge Father wants to do. Let's see what he wants to bring into the play, and that's his word. That's not mine. You guys follow us on Twitter, and make sure you're taking care of yourself. I always tell people that always invest. Continue to invest in those relationships that you thought were important before you started investing, okay? That means your work relationships, your family relationships, all those other things. Make sure and nurture those along the way. And yeah, we're building up some different sessions with some alpha traders. If you guys are interested in that, you guys can communicate directly with me. And we're just building up some strong-minded, well-calculated individuals, and you guys who understand the importance of capitalizing on your trades and achieving alpha. Alpha is in excess of the market, okay? You don't want to just buy and hold. You want to trade. You want to capitalize on your position and understand the market well. I can bring you what I've been able to self-train through and what I've developed through experience, positions I've had in domestic and kind of internationalized companies and outfits, and some training at the collegiate and graduate levels, to include Duke University and Harvard and everything else, Harvard Business. So that's just life. I'm going to quit this pre-launch party. I'm going to let you guys go. It has been a pleasure to talk to you. We'll come at you again, and what we want to just remind you is we'll bring you the most accurate information in the most timely kind of manner that we possibly can to generate the highest amount of profits. That is what we're into. If you don't like that, you guys aren't going to like the channel, but that's what we do. We have some very exciting days ahead of us in terms of the price action in Dogecoin and OneCoin and everything from Phantom into XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Harmony One. We've got DIA, BTC, Bitcoin, Litecoin. We have Fetch, Hot, VeChain, Doge. We have ADA, Cardano. We have HBAR, Theta, BNB. Okay, we have Binance. We have Ethereum. We have Atari. We have Mana. We have Keep and Matic. Okay, so we have all these different coins that we're focused on right now, and we're focused on you guys and appreciating and giving you guys a round of applause when we look at the 5,000 subscribers that we have. That's phenomenal. Drum roll, please. You guys are the winner. So at the end of the day, you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll maybe come to you later on. We have a few sessions, I believe, with some alpha traders, and we do screen shares, guys. We do screen shares and kind of instructionals, some different things with some dedicated members of people who are determined to become alpha traders that want to draw their own lines out, perfect their own application of this software, and we just bring our own technical smarts to it as best we can in the years of experience that we have in the technical field of finance. To the extent that we have that level of expertise or conditioning or degrees, we bring that to you. So you guys have a great day. Take care of yourself. Protect your portfolios.